All right, hey, good afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majewski back with you here as everything is fired right about the time I thought we were going to go. We got a new severe thunderstorm watch that's just come out. We got new warnings that have just come out, so we got a lot to get into on this update. Let's go ahead. Not really an update; it's live severe weather time. We're getting into this right now. So again, new watch box that just came out now. Is covering up, coming up the northwest part of the state right now. You see all the counties there in yellow there with the new watch box that just came out. And we got warnings down there on the south side of the metro Atlanta area that just came out here on this little storm down here south of town. There's pretty good cell there. New warning that just came out here. This one is for areas of East Central Spalding County and Southwestern Putnam County and Butts County and Jasper County. All that goes until 6:15 on that warning that just came out there on the south side of town of Metro Atlanta. But we're watching what's going up here on the north side. This is a very localized line of showers and thunderstorms that are moving on through here right now, just moving through the radar site as we speak. It's interacted with some of this activity that has been coming in here from the south. It comes in this south, and then it kind of gets pulled back in here with a little bit of a swirl that's kind of riding right along the Alabama and the Georgia line. Now, we do have this, right now, we do have this warning out in front of it. This severe thunderstorm warning that's coming right up to the state line. That goes until 5:45, so another 15 minutes on that. But I'm anticipating some other warnings here coming out shortly here for these counties across northwest Georgia. This would be obviously Dade, Walker, Chattooga, Catoosa, Whitfield, Gordon, maybe getting to Floyd. This is very localized. Typically, when you get a line like this, you get this intense line. It kind of like backbills and down here, but this part of the line does not look that impressive at all. It is just very concentrated right there, moving over northeast Alabama right now, and it's moving almost moving due east. I mean, just moving due east at 45 miles per hour. So, again, this will be coming into the other counties. Got this new warning just came up here, just to the north. This is for 70-mile-per-hour winds here, 3/4 inch hail on this one. So this one is heading into Marion County, and it goes until 5:15 Central Time or 6:15 on the Eastern time zone. So again, that's what we're looking at right there. So again, you got all these watches that are currently out here in the discussion right now. Unfortunately, it's lining up the whole thing. So again, you see that new watch box which goes out until later tonight. So there's the watch box there just coming out there for Bartow and all those other counties here that's just been added into this existing one. We kind of had an idea they were going to do this because of this. They had circled this big red area there. You see right over there, kind of adds where that watch box was going. So again, this is what we're going to be dealing with here for this evening, as we kind of watch and see what goes on here with this watch, which goes until 11 o'clock tonight. So we're going to watch it closely and see how this thing progresses here for tonight. Make sure you guys do the drill. You know the drill as we're getting this live coverage here going. Make sure you get that subscribe button. Make sure you get that like button going there as well. And I'll try to stay up with y'all's comments as best I can. On the chat, we are simulcasting. We are streaming on Facebook, on YouTube. I know we'll lose that Facebook audience because we typically do. But you guys over there on Facebook, if you guys want to come on over to the YouTube channel, I will put that in there for you guys to add that to y'all's list of stuff, because I do recommend everybody to kind of be on over here on the YouTube channel. So I'm going to grab that channel here right now, link, and I'm going to put this in the Facebook chat for you guys to go in there and to come on over if you guys want to do that as well. So I'm just going to put that over there. Like I said, but we're not going to, like I said, this is not going to be a huge event. What's surprising me so far is just how compact this one little area is as far as the severe weather. We're not seeing it to the north. We're not seeing it to the south. I mean, you would be thinking we would get a back build of some thunderstorms back in here because this is where the watch has been all day. But it's just this one little concentrated area there across extreme northeast Alabama. Now, we got some other stuff coming up here. We do have the storms here coming in from the south. Again, we're staying on the Huntsville radar because that's the closest one. So we got a pretty good downpour coming in toward Calhoun right now, and probably working its way up near Chatsworth. We've had these spotty showers pretty much all afternoon. They've been moving across the area here. So the only active warning currently in Georgia is that one down to the south metro, when that one little cell down there that we'll continue to watch kind of move through the Jackson area and going through Monticello. So just kind of watch that right now. So one thing's pretty certain based off what I'm seeing so far, this is going to be extremely localized unless we get some things popping a little bit better. But really kind of a really kind of interesting to see how this thing's developing. It's one thing I love about doing the weather is the fact that it is always different, always something unique that you see for that's not quite the same as what you've seen before. So it's interesting to see one weather event compared to a different weather event. So now we got some warnings. I guess I need to change this background real quick. Let me change this over to red. So we're kind of in severe weather mode right now. So I had to change that over there. So there we go. Again, here's our current watch and warning map here. You can kind of see where everything's going on. Thank you for that new subscriber, by the way. So there's our warning right there. Here's our warnings up here. A special weather statement there. And they've definitely cut most of the counties out of here, out of Mississippi. So this is the residual energy, I should say, here from a big cluster of thunderstorms that was moving through Arkansas this morning, and what we call an MCS, and it is definitely not nearly as potent as it was before. And looking at the satellite picture, you see the explosion of that stuff, that concentrated stuff here across Tennessee. Look how that thing has really exploded here in the last 6 hours. This is a 6-hour loop, so you can kind of see the intensity of those storms there kind of taking place. And you see the storms down here to the south, this little cluster down here, also getting fired with some showers and storms. But definitely very concentrated right now, to say the least. All righty, let's see here. What we got going on here, folks? All right. Not been paying attention to the news. I didn't know there was a shooting up in Montreal. Pray for those folks up there. Sorry to hear that. So... do appreciate you guys checking out the channel here for this afternoon. I kind of figure we might have a chance to do a little severe weather coverage today. I really think this is probably going to be the last time I be able to do something like this for a little while, because everything's kind of settling down. And thank you for that new subscriber, by the way. I appreciate that. And make sure you guys follow us on our Facebook page too. What's really great about our growth on a YouTube channel is, it's organic, it's real, it's not advertising, it's real people, you guys out there. Now, remember, when you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell, because YouTube can be a little flaky sometimes. I'm telling you, it won't alert you on your updates, or when we do these severe updates, you guys want to have that. Hey, Low Country, good to see you. Low Country EAS, good to see you out there. And yeah, it's some really good beneficial talks with somebody today. We're really trying to really get locked into a sponsor for the channel, which would really up our game. If we get the big sponsorship in here, it's really going to help us with our equipment that I want to get. I mean, what we have is operational. It's good, but boy, we can make it so much better for you guys. And I appreciate you guys checking us out. All right. So I will say this much. You guys up here across the north, anybody that's in the especially the northern counties, because, I mean, this thing's rolling almost due east like a bowling ball. But anybody up here in these northern counties up in here really just need to pay attention to this line, okay, to see how it develops and proceeds as it comes through the area. The thing is, we have to, when you get this list, and this is I mean, I thought we'd have a better looking squall line than that. I mean, it's so concentrated. But if it catches up to any kind of activity like this out ahead of it, that's when you get your little spin ups, little tornadoes to kind of spin up right now. So right now, officially they're saying we could get potentially up to an EF1 tornado, up to 100 plus miles per hour with some of these. I've not seen any damage reports just yet come on in here, but we'll keep a watchful eye on this as we watch these hefty thunderstorms getting close to the Chattanooga area. I do have a camera that we can kind of watch in Chattanooga to keep an eye on that. So if we go over to Radar Mega here real quick, I can kind of show you that camera here is right up in here. So as that storm gets closer, we'll be able to see the sky conditions there in Chattanooga. They did have some severe weather earlier, and things have kind of settled down there for the moment. But again, very muggy to say the least. So there's our current warnings up there. Again, you guys in Trenton and to Lafayette and Ringgold and all the guys up there, y'all going to get a warning here soon. It's only a matter of time before you're going to get that, and it is coming y'all's way. So get ready for that. And you got a pretty good looking cell there, getting ready to move through Risca right now. See that those nice little downpour there. One thing about these showers, we had one that moved through my house earlier, It just makes it feel so miserable outside. The humidity, the dew point, my dew point sitting at 75 right now, so it's just really very much tropical type air mass out there for today, to say the least. So we will continue to watch it. I don't envision this going to 11 o'clock, by the way, and thank you for that new subscriber. This should begin to settle down here as this line goes by, unless we get some other stuff back behind here. So I don't think we're going to see this thing getting all the way down into that area right now. We do just see some scattered showers here south of town. Those are moving west to east. Obviously, we're still watching that warning there over this way, but that one appears to be weakening. Looking at the reflectivity on that image right there, looks like it's getting a little bit weaker. I'll switch over to the Peachtree City radar there. Yeah, just a little bit weaker there. So, but I'll be bouncing back and forth between Huntsville and Peachtree City, to say the least here. Well, listen, those bigger channels, they typically don't go after activity like this. It's not as robust. They're looking for the storm chasers and stuff like that. The bigger channels will not go after activity like this. And one thing I've heard a lot from our North Georgia viewers is those big channels, they typically ignore any kind of severe weather that comes into our area. Don't ask me why, but I'm more than grateful to provide a service for you guys. And I appreciate you guys helping to build the channel, because at one subscriber at a time, going back to my point I was making about the subscribers all being organic, that's a real plus. When I was trying to do a national page, which was a big giant failure, I just did not understand how the algorithms worked properly and how important it is for you guys to be active like you guys are doing right now with the chats and the thumbs ups and the subscribers. I didn't really understand all that as much as I do now. So yeah, you're right about the high top radar has saved. Yeah, it's definitely has been. I've seen that radar get knocked down a few times from some severe weather that's tracked up there across northern Alabama. But this is moving at a pretty good clip. It's moving about 45 miles per hour, so it'll be moving across the state line here for too long. So we got that new tornado warning. It takes it right up to the state line that just came out. So again, this is for northeastern Jackson County, northeastern Alabama, and northeastern DeKalb County. It goes till 5:30. So we got to watch very closely. I need to turn my alarm on. I've got to turn that back on there. I keep my radar Omega on to keep me a little background noise alert, so I can keep track of any kind of warnings that pop up here. So I am more than happy to go live. I'm I'm a little tired right now. I still have not. The last few weeks have been very, very difficult for me. And for those who didn't see my posting on Facebook, I tweaked my back last night. Oh, something fierce. I am on some medication. I'm okay right now, but boy, it was rough this morning. I was having a hard time even moving. Just give my give my wife a kiss goodbye, moving in the chair. I was like, don't take that for her. What can you expect to Chickamauga? You guys are going to get some pretty good gusty winds. At least you got a tornado warning that may make it across the border there. I mean, there's Chickamauga right there, obviously, and you got that storm heading right for you. So you got probably about an hour, and you guys are going to be having it on your front door. So again, just watch out as this line it moves on in. So anybody out ahead of this, the suburbs south of Chattanooga, Fort Oglethorpe, Chickamauga, maybe even getting down to Lafayette, Dalton. You guys are going to watch out. This stuff is coming y'all's way. It's going to be there very shortly. So I'll try to answer all y'all's questions as best I can. Daresville, I think y'all are too far south, to be honest with you. We'll have to watch this activity on the tail end of the stuff to see if this gets any more intense before it comes into a Daresville. Obviously, you're in the watch zone right now. Obviously, you're in there for Bartow County, but we will see how this line develops as we're moving through prime heating. I mean, it's hot, it's muggy, it's we got plenty of instability out there, that's for sure. Running about between 1,000 to 2,000 on the Cape, which is kind of like a measure of gasoline and fuel for these storms. So they're going out there right now, and so we'll have to see how. Again, this warning coming up was not a big surprise with the stuff going on. Let me go into the velocity mode here. I'm going to check in some of this activity there. You see how quickly this stuff's just moving, man. It's just racing very quickly. I'm going to stop this for a second so I can do a couple of scans here. I want to take a look at some of the wind. Oh, yeah, 79, 80, 88 mile per hour winds. Yeah, you got some pretty good winds in here for sure. 58, 72, 70. Yeah, there's some very good winds in here. So, um, and it's also also getting some a little bit of hail in here too. So you see a pretty good hailer down here near Scottsboro. That's very high. That's probably getting close to 1 inch hail down here. Not as much up here. This looks pretty spotty. So we got some hail in there as well. And the tops on these, hard to say because it's so close to the radar. That's the problem. This one's down here, 45,000 feet. When it gets a little bit further away, I can do a better scan there on the as far as the cloud tops are going. So thank you, our new subscriber, by the way. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Chickamauga has been flying cows for big weather channels. Always a good. Thank you for that subscriber, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. One of my favorite. I remember watching Twister back in the day. I was a big Helen Hunt fan at the time, and went to go see a movie strictly for her. And then I laughed my butt off and almost got thrown out of the theater because just because I was an over rambunctious weather nerd. It's like, no, that's not right. No, that won't happen. We get too analytical. Just like I can't watch any kind of war movies in Iraq or Afghanistan because I was there and I was like, no, that's not right. No, that's no, yeah, it would never happen like that. So anyway, again, I think anything that happens here is going to be extremely localized. It really is. Here's a new warning that just came out here. I'm going over to Alabama here. Again, this is severe thunderstorm warning, 70-mile-per-hour winds is the big thing on this one. So this goes till 6:15. So that was just a rehash on what they just issued there. Now the new crawl down below, by the way, is strictly Georgia. Everything that comes in down below there on the chat on the scroll down below is strictly Georgia. So it does not show anything else from anywhere else in the country, just Georgia. I had that adjusted from our last stuff because it was just too much stuff coming from other places. It was overload. So. That little cell near Monticello is looking pretty decent. It's still got this warning down here till 6:15. Again, this is for the counties down in Spalding County, Putnam County, Butts County, and Jasper County goes till 6:15. So that's moving to the east at 40 miles per hour. So that's still pretty decent looking storm down there south of Metro Atlanta. But again, I'm really floored. This thing did not what we call back build. You typically will get these lines of thunderstorms that'll you'll get intense storms. They'll kind of back build this way. It's not doing it at all. It's very localized. I mean, I go down to the Birmingham radar, and there ain't nothing there. Absolutely nothing. Everything's up here up to the north. So. But just get ready, guys. We're going to get a warning here any moment now for Dade County, Walker, and Catoosa. Get ready; that warning is going to be issued here any moment. I would say a minimum a severe thunderstorm warning, possibly a tornado warning coming up into that area here very shortly. So just get ready for that, folks up there across extreme northwest Georgia right now. Again, I appreciate you guys checking us out here on our coverage. We're going to go. I don't think we're going to have to go too late on this one tonight. Again, I know the watch goes till 11 o'clock, but I don't think it's going to go that late because I think once this line goes by, there's nothing else coming behind it. So you can start chipping away those counties as this thing goes by. Not to mention it's moving at a pretty good pace as well. I don't even know if it gets into Brazelton. I'll be honest with you. I mean, right now the models do turn this thing into a big like a rain field going into tonight as the storms go by. We'll see. But if it comes in toward us, it'll be kind of late here in our neck of the woods here in Brazelton. So right now we're talking severe thunderstorm watch, which goes until 11 o'clock. So. You're looking at some very gusty winds, the moderate risk of seeing 60-mile-per-hour winds, and the tornado risk here is pretty low for the most part. The main tornado threat was across northern Alabama. That's where they had a 5% risk here for today. So, Pickens County, it's going to be close, but it looks like right now the worst of it's going to stay to the north of Pickens County. I mean, the most intense part of this line is this little cluster of storms right up in here. So that's going to go this way. So Pickens is right there. We'll see how the line evolves as it continues to move to the east there. So, uh, all right. So we'll see how that works out. Right now, the only warning we got in Georgia right now is that they're heading toward Monticello. So, but we will continue to watch North Georgia. Again, you kind of see the satellite picture, just kind of watching the explosion of storms as this thing just continues to roll to the east. Looking at the satellite imagery, it does appear to be at its peaking right now, getting some pretty good storms there. You see other areas that are getting some decent storms down here across South Alabama, Southwest Georgia, getting some storms down there. These things are just kind of pulsing up in the afternoon heat and continue to drive on there. That's okay. No problem. You go take care of your stuff. You guys, I'll be here for a little while. I asked my wife to pick up some food, pick up some dinner because I wasn't going to get a chance to get to making dinner tonight like I typically do. Now, I will say this other part of this line, as far as I've always told you guys have watched our coverage in the past. We say always pay attention to that lightning data, and that lightning is pretty clustered right through there. So that might be an indication of a storm that could be strengthening a little bit. Let me go over here to the radar mega here, and we'll see if that that little live shot there. You can see. So here's the live camera there of that southern part of that line, kind of looking back to the west. You can kind of see the storms there and off in the distance. So not quite close enough yet to see if it's going to hit that camera source or not, but we'll watch it. Again, that's in Alabama. So we were watching the tail end of that line. So this is that camera right there. So we're just kind of looking at that storm there. Again, we got 2 tornado warnings that are currently up here across parts of Tennessee and into northeast Alabama. There's a storm report from earlier, a tree down on the power line. We had a severe thunderstorm that moved through there earlier, and this down here was also the same thing, trees down. So we might see a few more trees down come as this moves on by. This will probably knock out some power for some folks too, so just get ready for that. That's going to probably happen as well. So I'm going to stay on this, getting really close to going to line. I'm just waiting for that official warning to come on out here any second. So, hey, Tyler's out there. Tyler's reminding everybody to please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider being one of our followers here on the channel and make sure you hit that notification bell. Again, I appreciate you guys helping to support our channel, one subscriber at a time. The big goal is to get to 25,000. We're a long way from there, obviously. That's going to take a little time to get there. And 25,000 is a nice number for YouTube because that's at that level that you start getting potential YouTube advertisers, which would be nice to help out with stuff. There's our new warning, just came out. There it is. Just came out here. Goes till 6:30. So here's our warning here for Catoosa, Whitfield, Walker, and Dade County goes until 6:30. Storms are moving along line, moving at 50 miles per hour, 60-mile wind gusts, and quarter-size hail possible in there. So there's our new warning that just came out. There it is right there. You see it kind of lining up down below. So there's our new warning that line getting ready to cross on over right now at 5:51. So it's a big box because it's moving at a good rate of speed at 50 miles per hour. So you guys know what's going to happen as this moves on to it. So Chatsworth, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, you guys are next in the path of this line of storms. And we'll continue to monitor the southern part of that line to see if it gets any more robust. It doesn't appear to be. It's just kind of holding its own. But all the energy does appear to be concentrated on those storms there across extreme northeast Alabama at the moment. This nice little downpour here just moved through Resca, just north of Calhoun. Heading up toward the Chatsworth area. That's moving. It's kind of interesting to watch how this low-level stuff's kind of moving this way, and this stuff's just charging like a bowling ball due east. So at 50 miles per hour. Yeah, we probably won't get huge numbers on this because the fact that Metro Atlanta is not under the gun on this, so we will probably be limited on how many watchers we get on this coverage for today. But that's okay. Like I said, I don't mind doing this. I'm trying to get used to this new radar system I'm using. I like this display because the names and the cities are so much easier to read than my old system I was using because they were just kind of tiny, hard to see. Oops. And I still have not gotten all my bells and whistles over here. I'm sorry, guys. I just have not had a chance to do it yet. There's a program called Chat Ninja that allows us to kind of recognize new subscribers. It does a little alert tones on that, bring up comments on the bottom. We still haven't gotten that reactivated yet. I've got to have time to sit down and do it. Just haven't done it yet. Maybe this week I'll get a chance to do it. I mean, that's weather-wise looks like it settles down. And I'm not actually working at Fox this week. That's like the first time in I don't know how many weeks. I've been filling in a lot there, but I got a little time off here a little bit. Yeah, Ringhold, y'all get ready. Yeah, those storms are coming right for y'all. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna have some very gusty winds, and thank you for that, subscriber. You got some pretty gusty winds. Might get a little hail mixed in with this. What to watch closely for any potential tornado warnings along that boundary. We'll go ahead and switch on over here back to velocity, just kind of see what the winds are doing. Yeah, when you look at this, you always watch for where it kind of bends in toward each other here a little bit. So when you see it kind of doing like this, you got to watch it because that's where you get your spin ups right in there. So, but you kind of see it just racing right along. Anywhere along that line, you get some very strong gusty winds all along that line. So when you see let me stop this at the last line. So anywhere along that line, as this comes on through, you're going to see some very strong gusty winds, especially right up in here. That looks very strong with those winds. In fact, we're looking at winds up here, 78, 82 mile per hour winds. Show up in that tornado warning right there. Some very strong winds here south of Pittsburgh. Very familiar. That's a pretty part of Alabama, a real pretty drive. And you just see how fast this thing is moving, man. It's just hauling, but it is hauling. Getting ready to cross the state line. Let me see what that, let me go back over here. Seeing what these guys, here's the Chattanooga camera here. Looking back to the west, so the clouds definitely getting darker. Very musty to say the least there, right there. It is very humid. They had a pretty good downpour there earlier. And they're at 81 degrees, dew point 81. Yuck. That is terrible. That's more than tropical air. Heat index 94. That is terrible. That is air you could wear and then some with that, man. That is pretty rough. But that's looking back to the east there, looking at this part of the line right there. So to the west, I should say. Get my directions right. All right. Let's look at that warning down there in Monticello. Keep an eye on it. Make sure before you guys, right now we're averaging about 4 minutes on our turnover. Make sure you guys, before you leave, if you're coming in and coming out, that's okay. People do that all the time. Just make sure you get the thumbs up there. And let me know where you're watching from. I appreciate that. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Always telling folks to do that. We like to try to get you one person at a time. I know a lot of my regulars are out here watching too, so I appreciate you guys as well, as always. I'll turn that thing off. So I'll be looking for any kind of storm reports coming in on this. I'm not seeing a ton of lightning in that line. I mean, it's a lot of wind energy there, but not a ton of lightning showing up there. I see a lot of lightning out here south, so I always watch the lightning very closely. There is a new severe thunderstorm warning. This is up into Tennessee. This is coming into Chattanooga. So this one is coming into areas there in Sequattle County. I can't even pronounce that one correctly. Marion County and Hamilton County. Obviously going into Chattanooga goes till 5:45 Central Daylight Time or 6:45 Eastern. So this is going to be riding right along the Tennessee-Georgia line all the way down, folks. Big bowling ball here. Get a little bit of lightning with this down here, this cell right there. See this little shower there coming into LJ. It's one of the cities I'd love to get a camera in is in LJ. One of the I was telling you guys about the potential sponsor, and I can't obviously say anything on who it is for at this point. I wish I could, but I can't. But we would love. They would also be a prime candidate for a nice webcam there across North Georgia, which would be nice. But I definitely would like to get one in LJ too. That's one place I would love to get a good camera at. Hey, Cleveland, good to see you there. Rosemary R, watching from Cleveland, Georgia. Good to see you. We got Monroe County in the house. Clarksville's in the house. Mountain City up in Raven County. Y'all had a good little shower there earlier, Raven County. Commerce is checking in. So I know I'm going to get the questions. Do I think we're going to get any other watches over this way? I don't think so. I think it'll be too late at that point. I think we lose our daytime heating and the ingredients start, the atmosphere starts to settle down at that point. So I don't think we'll get any additional ones out there. What gets me is just how concentrated this little thing is. I mean, it's really, you want to talk about mesoscale, it's a very small area. We're not really getting a big line or anything. I mean, you see the watch has been up here for all of Alabama, down here toward Tuscaloosa, back in Mississippi. They haven't had nothing. And I don't understand why they did it, because you were tracking a decaying, MCS, and you got this little trough axis that was swinging on through there. I mean, you got to put it there. I mean, you definitely had good ingredients to support it, but this has been very concentrated today. Very, very, very weird. Yeah, definitely watch it there, Trenton. That's just coming on over there. Let me go back to velocity mode on this. Let's take a look at that again. Yeah, we got to watch that closely. That needs to be, that's gonna be careful there. Again, that's heading right toward Trenton, Chickamauga, Rock Springs. You guys watch it. Y'all gonna get some. There gonna be some power outages. I really think there's definitely gonna be some there. Absolutely, this thing is just chugging right along. We're going to get some of that, so you guys watch out. Thank you for that new subscriber, by the way. Thank you. I really got to get my thing up. I prefer when I get new subscribers and I get the alert to be able to thank them individually there. So, tornado warning, there it goes. What'd I just say? I was just watching it, and they put it out there. So there it goes. There's our tornado warning. Just came out. So this is for southeastern Catoosa, Central Walker, and northern Dade County. Goes until 6:45. We were just looking at that. It caught my eyeball. I was like, ooh, I didn't like what I was seeing there. So again, if you guys are in this path, you know what you're supposed to do. You got to head to the lowest floor of your home, basement if you got it. Do not be in a mobile home if you get. That's the worst place to be. You want to try to put as many walls between you and the outside. Okay, so don't go out and try to look at this. Probably won't be able to see it anyway. It looks like it's probably rain wrapped anyway. But definitely coming in right into the Trenton area there. With some pretty rough weather there. Going down that, I'm not sure what county road that is. Looks like there's Borough Road, but definitely coming into Trenton, up Highway 11, coming up in there. So I'm going to stop this all the way at the end here. Let me get this to the end here. I'm going to go back over to velocity mode here. Yeah, it looks like something trying to spin up in there. Yeah, so what happens here is you get what we call, it looks like a little bit of what we call an inflow notch. Trying to get somewhere. It's not closed off. I'm not seeing the real tight red on green there. So this is strictly rotation going on in the cloud itself. But you got to watch it closely, because sometimes they can drop a tornado. So that's what I'm seeing right there. Definitely see it look a little stronger, like it weakened a little bit as it went by there. So yeah, not seeing anything there. So just y'all be careful in that area. Chickamauga, it's rolling like a bowling ball. I mean, like just straight down the line. So Chickamauga, y'all watch out for this. And the path, it looks like it stays north of Chatsworth, but Cherry Log and Blue Ridge, y'all are in that path right there. But very pronounced line. Look at that thing. Very sharp on the reflectivity here showing up. When you see that big drop off between the green and the yellow, that's your wall cloud. Okay, so you got this nice little wall cloud that's approaching Chattanooga and coming down toward Trenton. Let me go back and see if that camera looks any different here. Let's take a look at the camera up there in Chattanooga. Definitely getting a bit darker, to say the least. Here's the Chattanooga camera there, looking back toward the west. So, just kind of see if there's any lightning out there I'm seeing. I'm not seeing a lot of lightning with this. Just a lot of heavy rain, that's for sure. And the good thing, flooding ain't going to be a problem with this. This thing's moving too fast to even worry about a flood being a problem. That's not going to be the case here. But some very, very strong gusty winds, up to 70 miles per hour. Is going to be a problem here. So, again, you guys do not be outside. If you're out ahead of this storm right now, especially all these northern counties, as this thing continues to roll almost due east. Make sure you've got your lawn furniture outside, like your umbrellas. Don't have them open, have them closed. Lay them on the ground. Even if you got it closed, it can still get up underneath there. So I just lay it down on the ground. If you've got that, make sure your trash cans are secure. I know a lot of folks got trash day on Monday. I did. I've already brought mine inside. But secure your trash cans. Anything that could be do damage to your house or your neighbor's house, that kind of thing. Just make sure you get that stuff secure. All right. Again, appreciate you guys checking us out here on the North Georgia Majestic weather page. We are doing some live severe weather coverage here of a very small, concentrated line of showers and thunderstorms that's going to be impacting a lot of our northern counties, especially, Dade, Walker, Catoosa, Chattooga County, Gordon, Whitfield, Murray, Gilmer, Fannin, all the extreme northern counties for sure. And then we're kind of flirting with Pickens and Dawson and Lumpkin and White and Hamersham and Rabun. So really kind of depends on how far south these warnings get as they continue to move off to the east at some 50 miles per hour. Yeah, thank you, Tyler. Canton, I don't think so. Canton is way down. I mean, you're in the watch box, so it really will depend on how this activity down on the southern part of this line does. There's Canton right there, but the most intense stuff up here. No, this is not coming your way. This is rolling almost due east, so you got to worry about that. So you got a couple of good showers there. LJ just had a really good little dump. This kind of moved through there. I'm sure it made it feel very miserable. And thank you for new subscribers, by the way. Thank you. I'm sure that made it feel very uncomfortable for a second. Again, this is going to be dumping quick amount of rain. I would say probably a quick 1 inch very fast, and then it kind of moves on off. You see it kind of drop off. This is the excessive rainfall outlook from today, by the way. So again, looking at the explosion there in the satellite picture. I mean, it's a very high cloud tops here, getting close to about, I'd say probably close to 50,000 feet on some of these, which is typical there. And you see some of these other stuff that blew up earlier. It's kind of moving into South Carolina. So there we go. So anyway, again, we're still tracking this tornado warning. We got one tornado warning that's currently out. Alabama, you're clear. So we got this one warning that's coming right through Trenton right now as we speak. That's where the worst activity is. Coming into New England, Westboro, Chattanooga Valley. Chickamauga is right smack in the path of this thing. So if you're in Chickamauga right now, make sure you take shelter very quickly. This is racing at a very high rate of speed at 50 miles per hour. So it's going to be on your front door here very fast. You see these very strong gusty winds that are racing out ahead of this thing, almost like, you get the downburst of heavy winds from the heavy rains, and it's just kind of pushing it, plowing it with some very heavy winds that are going to be moving through the area. Now, looks like the concentrated, the highest winds that I see here on the radar are favoring right along the line here, going through the southern portion of Chattanooga here shortly. But you got some other stuff there to the south. The Huntsville radar is still obviously the one that's closest, because the Peachtree City radar is just too far away. So we're going to stay on the Huntsville radar here for this. Let me go back over to velocity mode or reflectivity. Thank you for that new subscriber. Thank you, sir. We got someone watching from East Tennessee. Good to see you there. From East Ridge, Tennessee. Thank you. Yeah, this thing's really hugging the line. I mean, it's going right down the line. Absolutely. And, the most intense winds are coming right through there. And let me stop that real quick. Oops. Kind of see it going on through. That's where the highest winds are going to be, right along that line. Let's go back over to. I'm keeping an eye on that Chattanooga camera. I'll go back to it in a minute, but kind of watching the clouds racing in there as we speak. But I'll go back. There's the Chattanooga camera. Oops, take that off there real quick. There you go. You see the clouds definitely getting darker there in the Chattanooga area right now. So we got the warnings coming out of Alabama. Looks like that's about done. But we got to watch this stuff on the tail end of this stuff. Okay, we got to watch close in here. See if that gets more fired up, or if it starts to build downward or not. But like I said, this is extremely tight area here getting impacted with these storms. So I got to give the models good. It's 6 o'clock. It's coming over. So the model I showed yesterday, that got some people in a little tizzy. As far as the time visit coming over, that's verifying correctly. Where it's not verifying correctly is just how localized this thing is, and the back build line. I mean, it's something you just can't. I mean, that's just not firing it for whatever reason. It could be, other reasons why, but it never did back build like down toward Birmingham or anything. So just kind of go with it. I think it's just the nature of how that MCS decayed and fell apart, and then now what's left of it as it continues to race here across North Georgia. So watch this very closely to see if that tornado warning will continue further east or not. Somebody reported that one little cell that moved over LJ had some small hail with it. Let's check that out. Let's see if what you're saying there is true. And yeah, look at that. That's hail. Absolutely. You see a little green right there. Had a little hail with that. And seeing a little bit of hail with this. The hail part of this is always a little bit delayed. But yeah, a little bit of hail. There's another hailer down there near Albertville. So yeah, had a little bit of hail with that. That's that little cell near LJ probably will pass to the south of Blue Ridge, but we'll see how close that gets. Hey, Marble Hill, good to see you there. We got Cardi Games. I can't say whatever it is. Warning for tornado ringhold. Yep, that's what we're watching. We're watching that very close. You guys are just on the edge of that. There's ringhold right there. So we'll see how close this is going to get. Like I said, this is getting moving at a high rate of speed. Yeah, I'm watching the Chattanooga camera. I'll go back to that here in a second. If it looks like if things start getting active there, we'll go back to it. Good to see Liberty, South Carolina house. Do I think the worst of it's going to stay north of Dalton or not? Looks like it. I mean, it does appear that the worst of the storm, I mean, it's rolling moving due east. I mean, you're going to get clipped. You're going to get something there in Dalton. You're going to get probably some heavy rains and stuff, but the worst of it does appear to be going to y'all's north. Tunnel Hill, Vernell. There's that. They just updated that warning right now. Let's see what they put in here. Still remains in effect. All right, nothing. I was just making sure it didn't become something that was, tornado on the ground type thing. So good. Somebody reporting a little rain in Calhoun right now. Y'all had some rain earlier. Had a little shower that went through there, but it's fine right down there in Calhoun. Not bad. Not to worry about that. It's gonna be an interesting day with the weather tomorrow. You'll notice the modeling really going really super cool tomorrow. I didn't go quite that cool on the modeling. I mean, I think it really depends on the cloud cover for tomorrow on how warm or cool we are tomorrow. I'll be watching that very carefully because I didn't go. I thought the models were going to look crazy with how cool it was going to go for tomorrow. We'll see. Dalton, you guys are under a severe thunderstorm warning right now. So you guys are within probably about 30 minutes or so from seeing that action getting on your front door. Remember, we do have this warning up right there that covers those counties. So Catoosa and Whitfield and Walker and Dade County goes till 6:30. So we got another 15 minutes on that. Probably going to get extended out here a little bit here shortly. We continue to watch the tornado warning. That's the big thing there. Thank you for that new subscriber. So, yeah, Daresville, again, I think y'all are too far south right now. It's really going to depend on this activity over here, on how quickly if that becomes severe. And it's not showing any indication of doing that right now. So, everything I'm seeing right now as far as anything tornadic, I'm not seeing that. I just see a lot of broad rotation and some very strong gusty winds. But because of and it's hard to get a good see right in here. This looks, I see some very high winds up there. I'm not seeing the real uh, good signature for anything that's a true tornado. It's just this is all radar indicated at this point. All right, but you're going to see some gusty winds, and we're going to knock some power out, folks. There's going to be some power outages with this thing, no doubt about this. So we'll be tracking those power outages as this thing continues to move off toward the east here. All right. So we'll switch on over here real quick. I like to do a couple. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything there that kind of. No, nope. No, I don't see anything closed off in there. Just checking around here a little bit. Good strong winds though, no doubt about that. Here's that camera coming out of Chattanooga, getting awfully dark. See some of this stuff back over here. That's where it's getting awfully dark. Thank you for that new subscriber, by the way. Thank you, sir. Make sure before you leave that you guys hit that like button if you can. Again, y'all are staying very active on the chat, so thank you very much. And, of course, we always tell y'all, if you haven't subscribed, to make sure you hit that notification bell. Very important, guys. I can't stress that enough. If this channel is going to have any success at all, you guys have got to stay engaged on that. I appreciate that. We're averaging about 5 minutes per viewer right now. Let me go back to radar here. There we go. Yeah, like I said, I do. There's a special weather statement on this one down to the south now. So this one's showing 50 miles per hour wind. So we got to watch this one on the southern part of this line. So this would be like heading over toward, I don't know, Coosa, maybe north of Rome, Adairsville. You know, that tail end Charlie there. We got to watch this thing. That's a pretty potent thing. That's amazing. I got a big gap in there right there. So we'll continue to watch that. Thank you for that new subscriber. Appreciate it. Well, not everybody can read radar. I just try to help out as best I can. I know what to look. I know what I'm looking at, and some folks don't. But it's my job to try to keep y'all aligned. But again, I will say it again. This is it's just so small that this thing is. I mean, it's really like a really small, what we call mesoscale, probably a little Vortmax here. Left over from the original MCS, that big multicellular. Because I mean, there was a huge thunderstorm cluster that was rolling through Arkansas early this morning, and that thing. This is what's left of it, really. So yeah, I'm not worried about any flooding with this. I really am not. This thing's moving too fast. It really is. I mean, it's going to dump some heavy rain. I mean, brief little heavy rain, but I'm not worried about any significant flooding with this at all. You know, I mean, it's moving pretty good. I mean, these are some pretty healthy rain totals here across northern Alabama. You can see here, yeah, over an inch and a half. Here's 1 2 inch, but yeah, I'd say probably on average you're looking at a quick 1 inch rainfall with this stuff. So they got some destructive winds getting ready to come into to Chattanooga. That's what I was more concerned about. There is the destructive wind part of this thing. They just put that as it. They're putting destructive winds in there. Let's go back to that camera. Yeah. Oh, this is getting really close. Check this out, guys. Let's go. Look at it. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that range. Look at that rain shaft. Holy cow. That is an impressive rain shaft. Let's hold on this camera here for a little while as we continue to watch that. That's something. I mean, it looks like complete whiteout. So, needless to say, when this line comes over you, like over to Chickamauga and everything else, it's going to be very, very heavy rain. You're going to hear that whistling, and that wind is going to be coming in very hard here. As you see this, look how quickly this thing is moving into Chattanooga here. This camera is going to go complete whiteout here very shortly because this thing's rolling at about 50 miles per hour. But you can clearly see this thing just kind of coming over the hills. We could see the mountains in the background just a couple of minutes ago. Can't see it at all now. That is impressive. That is a very impressive rain shaft there. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything tornadic in there. I'm looking at the base of the clouds in there. I'm not seeing anything that looks like it's swirling or rotating at all. It's just a very large wind. The problem is when you get a rain shaft like you're looking at, guys, is that it's racing to the ground. It's like throwing a rock in a pond and just pushing the air out ahead of it in a very big way. So there's going to be some very strong gusty winds that are going to blow out ahead of this thing. And I've been seeing that on the radar the whole time, showing 70, 75-mile-per-hour winds. So this thing's going to blow some very strong winds through the Chattanooga area, going in toward Collegedale. Fort Oglethorpe is going to get this. Chickamauga is going to get this. So some very strong winds going to be blowing through here. Again, you go back over to this, you'll see what I'm talking about. Again, to get the tornado warning here is still in effect for another 25 more minutes, though, right there. But Chickamauga, boy, y'all getting hit right dead center there, right there. And yeah, I'm not seeing a rotation, but let me freeze this for you. I'm going to show you some of these winds. Look at these winds that are coming into this area. Check this out. This is 91-mile-per-hour winds with this. Wow, just south of Chattanooga, boy. 86. I mean, this is a little bit off the ground, but still quite a bit. 68-mile-per-hour winds, 75-mile-per-hour winds. Yeah, there are some very strong winds all up in here. And so, like I said, when you get this nice little downpour, and again, this is why the tornado warning's there. You see this little hitch in here. When it starts S-ing like that, that's where you got to watch for potential spin-ups that can happen very quickly. So thus the warning that's out there right now. Let's go back over that. Oh, there it is. What rain shaft moves fast, don't it? There it goes. Just kind of watching those trees real quick, but there's the shaft. Just catching up to that camera right now. Watch the winds. Watch the trees. So the wind's really picking up there big time. And it is completely heavy downpour coming through there with that wind. Not seeing any lightning though. That's what's interesting. Just a lot of wind, a lot of heavy rain, but not seeing any real lightning with that. Hard rain and wind just hit Chickamauga. Yeah, I don't doubt that for a second. Yeah, you guys are. Yeah, it's coming into your area right now. Let me get that thing going. There it goes. Yeah, just coming into Chickamauga right now. Thank you for that new subscriber, by the way. So we still got the tornado warning here in effect for another 25 more minutes. So Ringgold, y'all are next. Tunnel Hill, Varnell, Kawota. I always mispronounce that. I know I'm going to mispronounce that one. Somebody pronounce that for me. I butcher that one all the time. Cohutta, I think it is. Is it Cohutta? Dalton, y'all going to get a glancing blow. I really think Dalton's going to get a glancing blow from this. Not nearly as bad as what's going on further to the north. Got pouring in Trenton right now. I don't doubt that. Y'all got a lot of rain here coming in behind this. And we're starting to fill in some of this rain behind there. Thank you for that new subscriber. Appreciate that. And we're just watching to see if this thing fills in at all. Not really doing a whole lot there. It's filling a bit more behind it a little bit. A little shower that moved through LJ is going to stay south of Blue Ridge, so say south of y'all there. That dumped some hail earlier. That may go into Blairsville later. But this is our main show right here, right along the border. Ringgold, y'all need to watch out. Y'all right on the edge of that. I think that whatever the tornado circulation, y'all gonna get hit with some pretty good winds, man. Yeah, Ringgold, y'all going to get hit with some very strong winds. Just get ready for the 60, 70-mile-per-hour winds. We're going to see some, I'm not seeing any damage reports yet, but I'm sure we're going to get some. Looking at a couple wind reports here across. Yeah, I have not seen any wind reports come in, but I'll be keeping watchful on that. Not seeing it just yet. And still looking at that heavy rain there. Coming in. Not quite as bad as it was a while ago, but very gusty winds, very heavy rains blowing through Chattanooga right now as we speak. So good to be able to cover this, but this is going to roll right down the line, man. We'll be watching you guys out ahead of this storm for sure. So Chatsworth, Uh, Blue Ridge, LJ, you're going to be close. Thank you for that subscriber. Y'all keep the subscriber base going. I appreciate that. All right. So, someone was asking about Dahlonega. Y'all are in that watch right now, which goes till 11 o'clock. But I'm going to tell you right now, I think the worst this weather stays north of Dahlonega, the way it's looking right now. I mean, this is where all the action is currently going. Unless we start seeing some development in this down here to the south, which is not showing any indication of it doing anything just yet. There's this cell here is pretty decent. That's about the only cell right there that may pull into this, but the main action looks like it may stay to y'all's north. So, but we'll see how this thing evolves. Kind of pulling back a little bit. You kind of see some of this stuff. Thank you for the subscribers. Y'all are being awesome out there. Thank you. See some storms there northeast of Atlanta, right during rush hour, which stinks. Believe me, I've been caught in that. Get some action down here to the south. So, but we'll watch this stuff out here coming up to launch. Hopefully, this stuff I'm getting that rain shower. I'm gonna watch that because that's coming up my way. That's where I'm at right there. So, hopefully, I won't get any problems. Atlanta's looking all right now. This main action stays north of Atlanta, so you all getting some rain going through Atlanta right now. But I don't think these storms will be too big of a problem for the Atlanta area here tonight. Husband works in Lafayette and says it's dark and windy. Yeah, I don't doubt that. Y'all got that stuff walking right now. So we got a new warning box that just came out. So here's a new severe thunderstorm warning just came out here. This is for Catoosa, Murray, Whitfield, Central Walker, and Dade County. Goes till 7 o'clock. Storm will line East Ridge to Blue Spring to near Noble and Rising Farm, moving east at 50. All right, so we got the new warning box that just came out. There's the warning right there. And as you can see, it's really moving almost due east here. And thank you for the subscriber. As this thing continues to roll on toward the east. So, again, we're talking about the other next counties in line. So we're talking about Fannin and Gilmore. You guys are next in line on this. And probably Union and Lumpkin a little bit later. Y'all get ready. Like I said, best thing for y'all are out ahead of this storm is just to make sure you got any secure your property outside. That's the big thing. Not worried about it. No, Trenton, the worst has gone by you. You're good to go there. You're fine. The warning's gone by you. No. The worst of the storms have pushed off toward your east. You just got some heavy rain moving through Trenton right now. So you're good. So, yeah, Reska, y'all down just to the south here. I think you're fine right now. This still looks like it stays y'all's north, unless something back builds south, which I'm not seeing right now. And thank you for that new subscriber. Hey, we're coming up on 13.7. That's awesome, guys. Keep that thing going, man. Keep that. Feed the beast, as we like to say. Feed the beast. All right, there's that. Okay, so let's just update on that warning. So we'll get the warning here. The new warning does get into Chatsworth as well. So if you're in the Chatsworth area, y'all get ready for this, all right? Ringhold's about ready to get hit right now. Y'all, the worst of the winds about ready to hit Ringhold right now. So just tell your mom to stay inside. She'll be okay. She might lose power. I haven't looked at the power. I'm going to wait till this gets a little bit further east before I start looking at the power outages and stuff. So just make sure she stays away from any of that stuff. So again, the big thing here, guys, is going to be that this thing is favoring these northern counties. Everything from right down through here. That's the alley. That's where the worst of this stuff is. So basically, if you're in any of those areas, so we're talking Chatsworth and maybe LJ, Blue Ridge, Blairsville, Hiawassee, maybe get near Helen. That is where the worst of it is, based off what I'm currently seeing. Now, that's not to say, that we can't get some other activity to form here to the south. What I'm looking to wait and see, and it's starting to show some indications. If this starts filling in here and it starts getting more active and severe, it hasn't done so far. Everything's been concentrated there on the northern side of this line so far. So, but that's what we're looking at. This storm's been pretty good, but really have not filled that in pretty well. So really, those northern counties right along the Tennessee line are the ones that are really in the direct path of anything of any significance right now. Yeah, make sure you got that stuff strapped on there for sure. Again, I appreciate you guys checking us out here. We're coming up on 6:30 here on the 22nd as we were talking about this storm. No, I've not had any confirmed reports of any tornado on the ground, nor have I seen anything on the radar that would indicate a tornado. We've had a tornado warning, but we have not had that. More than anything else, we're probably going to have to see some wind damage reports coming in with this because there's been some very strong winds with this coming on in there. So Dalton, you got about another 20 minutes or so, and it's going to be knocking on y'all's front doors. This thing's moving at about 50 miles per hour, and they just put a new warning up here up into Tennessee, 70-mile-per-hour winds, 3/4 inch hail. So this one is for Bradley County, Polk County, McMinn County, and Hamilton County goes till 7:15. So that's the northern end of that line. All right, they're tweaking back that tornado warning to the end of there. So let me go back to velocity here. See if there's anything I'm seeing here that indicate. No. I just see a lot of wind, a ton of wind in there. Look at Oglethorpe, man. I mean, look at some of this wind that came through Oglethorpe right through there. I mean, this is some high winds in here. Look at this, 92 miles per hour, 82. 75, 73. So again, that's probably a little bit off the ground, but still, those are some very strong winds just above the surface that these heavy downpours can definitely bring right down to the ground. I see we got a new subscriber. Do you have anything to worry about in Macon tonight? No, I don't think so. Y'all too far south. I think Macon you'll be okay. You'll be just fine, and then tomorrow will be a decent day, I think, weather-wise. But no, Macon, you'll be just fine. And thank you for your contribution, by the way. Just let everybody know I do not keep every penny, every dime, every cent that this channel makes, all whether it be through earnings on the channel views or contributions or members or even on Facebook. I do not keep any of the money. Right now, I'm saving every last penny, every last dime to get the weather computer that I want to buy, which is a broadcast quality system. It's a similar one that I used at Fox 5. And that's what we're saving toward right now. So it's not cheap. It's expensive. I'm upfront about that, but it'll make my life a whole lot easier when I get it because I can produce a forecast a lot quicker. I'll be able to do multiple products, like multiple 7 days for different locations and stuff. It's going to be a big game changer once I get it. And then it'll also support the streaming channel. I was trying to do that without it. Turned out that's not a smart idea, so I have to wait until I get that box. So the quicker we can grow the subscriber base and everything else that goes with it, the quicker we can get that system. And I'm really working hard to try to get that studio sponsor. That's the big thing. I get that studio sponsorship for a year. That's gonna boom. That'll be a big thing. Ryan Burns says we're right in the middle of it. And Chattanooga off banks and the wind and rain is here. Yeah, I don't doubt that. Y'all are getting some heavy stuff in there. And thank you for those new subscribers that just pumped us over 13,702. Thank you, gentlemen. Things will improve in there in Chattanooga though, because look at the camera there now. Again, you see how fast this thing hits. Hits hard. It's going to hit you hard. You're going to get some heavy rain. You're going to get a lot of wind. Maybe last 10 minutes probably, and that's about it. You're done. That's how fast this thing's going to be hitting. So I need you guys up there in the path of this thing right now. So Ringhold's about ready to get hit. Tunnel Hill's about ready to get hit. Dalton's about ready to get hit. Cohuta's about ready to get hit. Vernell, all these areas here, y'all get ready for this action as it's continue. It's like I said, just like a bowling ball rolling right down the lane, nice and straight, nice and steady. Yeah, thunder. I'm not seeing a ton of lightning with this. Not a ton. I mean, just a little bit. But because this does report the lightning data, it's just not showing a whole lot with this. So it's a lot of wind energy and a lot of heavy rain. That's what you guys are going to see. Now, watching what's going on here down here to the south. Look at this. We get some of this new thunderstorms here starting to flare up down here on the southern part of this line. So again, I'm watching closely this stuff down here to see how this stuff behaves and gets going because it's been so localized so far. So seeing the new activity there starting to form up there, boom, and yeah, that could go warning here very soon. To watch that closely. So that's coming into Lafayette, and this is a pretty good looking cell here. Gotta watch this one too. Get ready to move into Fannin County. We got another few minutes on that warning. I think they're probably gonna let that. They're gonna let that expire out because it's already moved almost completely out of that box now. So here we go. All right. I'm a straight line bowler, man. How about a gutter ball bowler? No. Yeah, I don't throw the hook. That's a straight line, man. That's how I throw my bowling ball. Somebody reporting hail in Ringgold. Watching on a ring camera. Thank you there for reporting that. Yeah, there's probably a little hail with this. I'll go back to the hail product here. Yeah, you can definitely see a little bit of hail with this. Not a lot, but you see that right there. See some up there. Here's this one down here showing some hail. And I mean, look at the cloud. I mean, the cloud top's like on this one here. This is pretty good. That's 47,000 feet. That's what that's showing there. So we got 47,000 foot cloud top on that. That's a pretty high storm. Again, look. So watch that. See right there. Watch that. That's something to watch. Get a little spin ups along those little eddies. Yeah, we're at the time of day where everything just get going kind of nuts here. So, Fort Payne, Rome's got this storm that they got to watch. This is the tail end, Charlie. This line, this one's coming straight this way. So that'd be the one I would watch for Canton too. But that's at least a couple hours away. All right, the tornado warning's gone. That's good to see. So we still got the destructive hail they had there or wind earlier that went through Chattanooga. Let me check over here real quick. Just stand by for a second. I want to check over here. I'm going to pull up the power outages here. I want to see what kind of power outages we got. State, county. All right, let's see here. Georgia right now we've got not bad 7,500 without power. Alabama has got 8,600, so it's not too terribly bad. That's good. That's good to see. A lot of wind damage. A lot of wind reports. Damages around the Huntsville area has come in. A lot of trees down, power lines down around the Huntsville area from these same cells. So again, appreciate you guys checking us out here on the channel. If you have not done so, please make sure you give us a subscribe. Let me know where you're watching from and give us a thumbs up. Keep our algorithm happy. We've been going on here now for about an hour and 8 minutes. And I want to thank everybody here checking out this coverage on this, what I would call highly isolated or localized severe weather event. Not a big line, to say the least, but it's riding right on the Tennessee-Georgia line. And we're watching closely to see if the southern activity here gets a little bit more robust than what we've seen so far. We got some scattered showers and storms moving through the Lawrenceville area and Snellville, and we got some scattered showers out ahead of this thing moving up toward Blue Ridge and over toward Blairsville so far. But otherwise, that is what we've seen so far. Looking at the live cameras out there, it stays a little dark there in Blairsville. Seeing some of the dark clouds there. Helen's dry for the moment. Look at the dark clouds in Dahlonega. So got some dark clouds and some stuff nearby there right now. So you can kind of get a look-see there. And there's our satellite picture, kind of watching this stuff kind of firing up this afternoon. Look at it, it's kind of racing off toward the east. But one thing I'm noticing with the cloud cover, notice the cloud cover is, the cloud top's not quite as intense as they were earlier. They were real bright red, and you notice how they kind of died down a little bit. That means the storms are not quite as bad as they were earlier. They weakened a little bit from a satellite perspective. You can kind of see that. Because if it was getting stronger, the reds would be getting bigger, and you'd be seeing it blossoming out. You're not seeing that. So there we go. Thank you for those new subscribers, by the way. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really got to get that thing working again. I hate not having that thing. I really do. I got to work on that. All right. So, Dalton, you guys are about ready to get hit in here in the next few minutes. Get ready for some pretty gusty winds, some heavy rains blowing through here. I will say from a reflectivity standpoint, it doesn't look quite as bad as it was earlier. But, and I'm watching this stuff to the south to see if we get any other new warnings to pile up in there. My wife's bringing me a Chick-fil-A sandwich for lunch for dinner tonight. Normally I'd be cooking chili tonight. Usually I cook chili here. Chattanooga just got hit pretty hard. Yeah, I don't doubt that. If you got any damage reports or anything in Chattanooga, please pass them along to us here in the chat. I do appreciate that. Yeah, almost in Dalton. Yeah, Dalton and Chatsworth, you guys are next in the path here. Again, just make sure you got everything. Don't have anything outside you don't want to have outside. If you got a car you want to go ahead and pull in the garage, do that. Go ahead and get that going. Who keeps asking me about Adairsville? I don't know if it's the same person or not, but I've kind of answered that question a few times. I'll answer it again. But again, here's Adairsville here. This is the worst of the storm up here. It's way to your north. So it doesn't look all that impressive on the southern part of that line for Adairsville. So you might get some rain, might get a little wind, but it doesn't look too bad for you right now. No. Once this line goes by, that'll be it. I'm not seeing anything else that's going to be behind here. You got this one little impulse here behind here with some more rain, a few storms across northwest Alabama, but I'm not anticipating anything more after this. But let me go. Let me look at the studio mode here for a second. I want to look at the last. Bear with me for a second. I want to get that up real quick, and I want to make sure I'm on the latest graphic here real quick. I want to make sure I got the newest up here. Let's look at that. That is an old one. We'll go to this one. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you the latest. I'm going to show y'all the latest model data here. So let's go ahead and track it. Watch that little timestamp up there in the upper left-hand corner there as we kind of track on through here. So it's not really line. The problem when I look at a model like this, if it does not line up with what I'm seeing, I question on how bad this is going to be or not. So you see it there kind of coming to some stuff after midnight with some more storms. So let me look at the high resolution version here, 18Z. All right, let's pack that up a little bit. So, all right, so what this is hitting at right here is this is the cluster we're dealing with right there. There's what we're dealing with currently. It is showing another potential line coming in behind there. Now, I will say this. Typically, if I got a cluster of big, heavy storms, to get the atmosphere to destabilize again, to let another line of storms come in behind it, it can happen, but they're not typically as strong because some of that energy has been stolen. We saw that with the storms we had with the tropical system just last week. So, but there is it is showing some other storms here firing up there across northeast, which we are seeing a little bit. Coming a little bit later, but all this stays up to the north. I mean, just you get the line that's just kind of going through here. Doesn't look all that impressive here at all. You get a little rain they're going through, making it like 4 o'clock in the morning, but they're really not bad. So let me go back over to the radar here. All right, so what we'll be looking for here, as far as any additional activity, is to see if this stuff back here turns anything more apparent. We got a new tornado warning up. All right, just saw that. All right, let me go back over here. I see that new tornado warning. This one comes into Dalton and into Chatsworth. So again, this is a radar indicated tornado. This is for Catoosa County, Gilmer County, and Central Murray County. Goes until 7:30. Storm cable producing tornado is located near Wood Station, or 8 miles west of Dalton, moving east at 35 miles per hour. All right, so if you're in the Dalton area, you need to take immediate shelter right now. Let me go back. Let me put this back in velocity mode real quick. And let me show you something. Remember what I was showing y'all just a few minutes ago about these little notches on the line. This is where you can get the spin ups in here, okay? So that's what you're looking at right there. Now, I'm not seeing anything closed off here. I'm not seeing a red on green in there to show anything that's kind of closed off. There's something spinning in here, but I'm not seeing anything closed off to indicate tornado on the ground or a real big tornado signature here. So, but regardless of that, you're going to get some very strong winds in here. So, Dalton, y'all are going to get hit pretty good here with some very strong winds. Probably going to have some sporadic power outages coming out of there. Also going over toward Chatsworth. So, again, this will be moving in the next 30 minutes here. Dalton and Chatsworth, y'all are going to get hit pretty good with at least some strong winds up to 70 miles per hour. But the tornado warning is in effect here for this zone right now, as the storm, the same cell that's produced the tornado warnings all the way back to Alabama, continues to do so from west to east. So continue to watch. It's almost like a due straight line. It really is. So make sure y'all take shelter in those areas right now. Don't play around. Don't play around with this. Stay safe. That's what we want y'all to do. That's our motto on the station, is to keep y'all prepared, not scared. Make sure you guys know what y'all supposed to do. Just don't take this too lightly. This area was under a 2% risk of tornadoes, so it just goes to show you that even in a low risk area, you can still get the right environment together to get some potential tornadoes. And thank you for that new subscriber. Again, I do thank you very much for joining our channel. So again, LOJ, Blue Ridge, Cherry Log, Blairsville. All of y'all are right down the line on this line as it's racing off to y'all's east here, and starting to see some of that lightning come up a little bit as well. So again, all right. Let me see how this looks from the Peachtree City radar. It's a little too far. I hate using it from that distance because it tends to overshoot. But that's still not looking too bad. So better, but again, the Huntsville radar is the closest, so I'll stay with that one. But I'd like to switch down here just to kind of see what this looks like. I'm going to get some rain coming up at me here real soon. So we got some pretty good rains coming up through Swanee, Lawrenceville, Grayson, Auburn. I'm going to have some good downpour coming up my way here soon enough. This stuff doesn't look like it's going to be severe, but it's going to give me a nice little downpour here. We got some showers and stuff coming up here through Blue Ridge and Blairsville. Going to get some rain here pretty soon. That's where's that Blue Ridge? Let's see, that's Dahlonega right there. Oh, that one go down. There's Dahlonega. There's the Dalton camera here. That one already went by. And that's my backyard. So I got to back. It's the quad one here. Here it is. Yeah, just checking that view there in Blairsville, the top left-hand corner. So they got a pretty good shower. They're running up from the south. But that's our main story, folks. We got this tornado warning, and thank you for the subscriber. I appreciate that. Y'all keep feeding the beast. Keep it busy. We got an active tornado warning here across North Georgia coming in on Dalton and Chatsworth. So, again, this is radar indicated, and I'm not seeing anything in here on the velocity mode to indicate any kind of closed off. So it's very weak. So what you typically do is you'd be looking for any kind of indication of any kind of winds are going. You got 27 away, 19 toward. That's very weak. So when you look at the red and green, you take the away and toward radar, you winds, and you add them together. That gives you an idea what kind of wind speed or spin you got going there. So whatever's even in here would be relatively weak. But regardless, I don't think it's going to matter, because I just think you're going to get some very strong gusty winds coming through town here shortly through Dalton. And going to cause some problems. They're going to chip this box or this down as it continues to race off toward the east here. Again, this is moving at a pretty good rate of speed. All right, so they just do an update on this, moving east at 35. Okay, this is again no indications of anything. I always, whenever they do an update, I double check it just to make sure there hasn't been a confirmed tornado on the ground or anything like that. It's always good to check those updates to make sure that has not been an issue there. And let's see here. It's currently 9,700 without power in Alabama, and Georgia shot up another 1,000, 8,400 without power there in Georgia. Got a new severe thunderstorm warning just came out there on the Tennessee side. And then this one looks like they updated that one. 70 mile per hour winds on that cell to the north. Don't send any lightning my way. I know it's going to rain at my house, but I don't want any thunder and lightning, please. I got taken off the air about a week or so ago. We were doing some live coverage here. Again, looking at the tail of the line, I'm just not seeing anything there so far. All right, not seeing anything. I'm going back to the Birmingham radar. Yeah, nothing showing up back over there. Keep a watchful eye on this. Again, appreciate you guys subscribing. Thank you very much. And y'all, all the new subscribers that have come on board here, please make sure you hit that notification bell. Very critical. If you'd like to get alerted for it, whenever I do the kind of severe weather coverage like this in the future, very important you hit that notification bell because that's just how YouTube is. They can be a little stingy at times. I will say this much. I did get I got a message from YouTube today that said that this channel, for a number of subscribers between 10 and 50,000, which is what we are at, 13,000 or so, we were in the top 25% of all users on YouTube. I think that was a nice little thing. So for the size of our channel, that's pretty good. Ooh, I'm gonna get wet. A little thunder lightning. I heard a little thunder outside. I don't want no thunder in my place. I really hate one of the places we hope to put a weather cam is in the Blue Ridge area. So they have one downtown, but it's been down for a while. The one in Blue Ridge has been down. I've never found a decent camera in LJ. I'd love to get one there. Dalton's got one, but I don't think that. Let me see here. There's not that one. Was not that one? Which one? It's number 4. It's number 4. Let me refresh this one because I think it's old. Let's see if the Dalton camera. Nope, it's down. Oh, there it is. Okay, so there's the Dalton camera. That is the storm's coming from the left-hand side of the screen. So you see the clouds there racing in. So hasn't quite gotten into Dalton yet, but it's getting close. So I'll come back to that camera in a second. That's the little train depot camera there. So that's probably on the far side of town, if I had to bet. They're just now getting into town right now. So Dalton, hopefully you guys have taken shelter and heeding this tornado warning that's in effect. Same for Chatsworth as well. It's coming into y'all's area here very quickly. Again, some strong winds. Look at those winds up there grinding. Oh, wow. That's some really major winds off the surface here. 67, 68, 70. 68, 70, winds down this way showing 40, 53, 53, 57. So quite a bit of wind in there. Big wind maker. And we're still getting a little bit of rain out ahead of this thing, too. I mean, we have really nice winds there blowing up through, little rains coming through Blue Ridge and Blairsville right now. Should start raining there in Blairsville here real shortly. I got one camera there in the left-hand corner. Yeah, it's getting darker there. That Blairsville in the top left here, you see that. And Dahloneg's clouds are getting dark again, too. Here's the big picture right now. You can see where everything's going on as far as the warnings are concerned. It's updating. There we go. And there's the current warnings out right now. Yeah, like I said, I don't envision this thing staying until 11 o'clock unless something abruptly changes. It definitely won't go past 11. I think they're keeping this stuff up to see if we get that additional activity to flare up behind the system, although we're not seeing it just yet. Let me go back over to radar 1. Here we go. And I'm going to be watching that shower when it goes over my house. I want to see what kind of rain I get out of it. I had a quick shower earlier that jumped like 0.05 inches. Wasn't a lot. And thank you for all those new subscribers. Again, I appreciate you guys. I'm very, very, very grateful that you guys are helping to support the channel out. And my lovely bride just walked in the door. Chick-fil-A sandwich. It did. It did. Thank you. I will tell you about all that stuff later. I'm on there. But got a Chick-fil-A sandwich for the wife. Nah. Bring me a drink, though. I'll bring the drink. I got a good wife. She's a good one. I think I'll keep her. We've been married almost 30 years, so I think I'll keep her. Um, yeah, it was bad this morning. I was gonna try to kiss her goodbye, and I couldn't move out of my chair. Mm. Okay. All right. Let's get back to the serious mode here. Thank you guys. Y'all are awesome. Look at y'all just rolling that thing up. We got 1,000 people out there watching our coverage here right now. So again, if you guys are new to the channel, if you're first time you come across this, again, we're doing live severe weather coverage here on this tornado and severe weather event here across North Georgia. We were talking about it yesterday. It's pretty localized. It's not very expansive. So it's one of those things where some folks are going to get hit pretty good and others aren't not going to get hit that bad. So it's just one of those things. And I'm trying to build a professional 24-hour weather channel here. When I say professional, I mean professional level equipment and stuff like that, where we have a 24-hour channel, and I'm hoping to bring in some other partners into this from other social media entities out there. It'll be part of the channel. So, but you got to start small, and right now we're just trying to build our subscriber base. So all you guys that are subscribed new here to the channel, I want to say thank you very much. I appreciate this, and I do post forecasts every day, so y'all see that in y'all's feed. And like I said, make sure you hit the notification bell so that when we do severe weather coverage like this, we will do it. Now, I do not hype to death. I know there's other big YouTube channels out there that will treat every storm like it's the biggest thing since sliced bread and we're all going to die. I don't play that game here. I try to keep it real, give you all valuable information, and let my years of experience as a meteorologist work in y'all's favor. I mean it when I say I want you to hire me as your personal weatherman. That's what I always say in my little videos. I say that pretty routinely. And you guys subscribing, it tells you you just hired me, and I'm one of your outlets here. So my job is to make sure I keep you informed. Now, when the storm stuff comes out, it comes from government entities and stuff like that. It's my job to relay that to you guys, and then I'll tell you what my opinion is, if I think it's overdone or it's a little underdone or whatever it is. I'll give you my 2 cents, shall we say. So again, I do appreciate you guys supporting our channel and making this thing work. And again, we are North Georgia centric, but I will cover the big events, obviously, any landfalling tropical systems or hurricanes or anything that come of any major significance, even into Metro Atlanta. But we do focus a lot on North Georgia here on the channel. But anybody's invited. I don't care where you're at. If you got a question, I'm gonna try to answer it. And I really look forward to getting some additional capabilities so I can interact with you guys better. And I do apologize for not getting my chat ninja back up so I can say thank you to all our new subscribers who've come on here and be able to put y'all's questions up. But I will work on that. I promise. I will take care of it. So yeah, Ringhold's looking good, man. Ringhold, y'all, the worst of it's gone by you guys now. All right, so Ringhold is, you see, the worst has gone through Ringhold. You're good. Fullerthorpe, Chickamauga, you're good. Trenton, you're good. Still got some pretty rough stuff going through Lafayette right now. Dalton looks like the worst of that cell. Looking at the reflectivity, is just to the north, and that may stay north of Chatsworth. So Eaton may get the worst of this on the north side of this. So next up is going to be Blue Ridge in the path. So you guys get ready for this. Yeah, pardon me. I have not eaten since like 11 o'clock, 11:30. I was a little hungry, so I keep my energy up. Right, I keep it going. I keep it real. Move this over a little bit more so I can see y'all chat. So Chatsworth, y'all, now it hasn't come through you guys yet. You're not through this yet. You're not out of the woods yet. Dalton Cam Funnel. I don't know. I've not seen the Cam Funnel on there. Let's see here. This is the only Dalton camera I got. I see the lightning. Yeah, I see the lightning come through there. There's a little bit of rain. You're not gonna be able to see a funnel on that camera. If you got a funnel there in Dalton, let me know. Send it this way. So not looking bad there right now, but definitely some heavy rains. Y'all going to get some wind. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Usually there's a delay in the wind damage reports or wind outages that takes a little while for it to catch up. So we'll see how this thing works. But no, Chatsworth, you're not out of the woods here just yet. It looks like the worst of this kind of stayed just north of the Dalton area. It's kind of weird how it just kind of propagated right around it a little bit. Up near Varnell. So that's a new warning down at South Georgia there. I'm not going to worry about them. And thank you for that new subscriber. Will it dissipate before it hit LJ? I doubt it. I mean, that looks like a pretty healthy line right there. I still think the worst of the storm is going to stay north of LJ. I'm more concerned with Blue Ridge and Cherry Log than I am with LJ. I mean, you still got some stuff that's going to come through there, and you'll probably have a severe thunderstorm warning at minimum coming through there. So, yeah, Dalton, you're not clear yet, and neither is Chatsworth. So wait till the stuff gets a little bit further to your east. All right. Yeah, I'm watching the tail end of stuff. It never did fill in. It never did. It was tail end of this line. Now, I got a pretty good shower down here, and gotta watch this. This is getting close to me. A pretty good shower here coming up through Gwinnett County right now. I'm going to be into Brazelton real quick. So hopefully I do not there's no lightning with that, so I should be okay. But I'm going to get a pretty good shower moving through my backyard here very shortly. See, the rain's up near the Blairsville area. Let's see if it's raining up there right yet. Let's see here. Is it raining there yet? Nope, not yet. Blairsville's cooled up to 77 degrees. Seeing the pretty good rains over the mountains here in Dahlonega. So yes, so you guys up here in Dalton, you're not out of the woods yet, not cleared yet. Again, this warning still goes in effect until 7:30, so we still got 30 minutes on it. Okay, so make sure you guys. The big thing is to just stay away from the windows and just wait for the wind. You're going to hear probably a very gusty. It's going to get really windy. You may see your power fluctuate a little bit. There is some lightning with this. The lightning has definitely picked up a little bit here on the northern part of this. You see that? You see the lightning there north of Dalton. All right, so it's coming through those counties right now. Coming through Gordon and Murray and Whitfield right now, just along that line. So we're getting really close to coming in toward Fannin and Gilmer. Yeah, I'm watching to see if there's going to be a second wave. Obviously, the models were hinting at it, but that's this stuff back over here. There's still some leftover energy here. Got to watch what happens. But none of that's gone severe, so I've not seen anything. And as I've said earlier, if you're just joining us, what typically happens if you get a line of thunderstorms like this, it'll siphon off a certain amount of energy, and then when you try to get some other ones to reform behind it, there's just not as much there for it. So I've seen that repeatedly. Time and time again, but we'll see what happens as we go through this afternoon. And keep in mind, it's 7 o'clock at night, so we're getting past max heating. The atmosphere is going to start settling down. It'll start cooling off a little bit, and so the trend should be for this thing to settle down tonight and just turn into some rain and some thunderstorms. Okay, I'm not expecting this to be an all-night severe weather event by any stretch. All right, so we got 5 hours on the current watch right now. Now, yeah, you might notice it's like, okay, that line's gone through, but they still got the watch up here back over to Alabama. The Alabama watch goes till 8 o'clock. So they got another 2 hours left on that. All right, so they're waiting to see if this stuff here does anything. I don't think it will. All the Mississippi counties have been taken away except for Alabama and Tennessee. So they're watching this little piece of energy back here to see what it does. But this little core where this worst thunderstorms have been really kind of going right down the line from Huntsville all the way over to Dalton, now going to Chatsworth, and now we're watching how this is going to impact here, going right along the border. So McKaysville, Epworth, Blue Ridge, you guys get ready for some very strong gusty winds. Again, if you're out ahead of the storm, LJ, Cherry Rug, just make sure your outdoor property is secure. Do not leave your umbrella cranked up on your back porch. Please take that thing down, or you're going to find it in your neighbor's yard or down the street, or you won't find it at all. So take that stuff down. Make sure your trash cans have been secure. I know a lot of trash days are on Monday. Make sure that stuff's secure as well, all right? So just take the preemptive steps just to Make sure it's not a big deal. Hopefully the worst of the wind stays away from you. But this is a pretty nice little quick moving line. Again, it's going to be very intense. Maybe good 10 minutes of good solid action, and then it'll be done. And you're finished because it's moving right along. And it's not that big of a system, to be honest with you. But we've had some very strong winds and some gusty winds with all along this line. Let me go back on velocity here, double checking the winds in here. No, I'm not seeing anything there. And nope. Nope. I'm just kind of looking to see if there's any kind of red on green signatures in here, anything tornadic. I'm just not seeing it, so that's good. That's a pretty good. This is pretty good storms back here. I'll watch these. And a new look at that. Oh, look at that. Big warning just got issued. Boy, that's a big one too. Woo! New severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, this one's for a lot of counties, folks. Let's count this out. We're talking Gilmer County, Murray County, Whitfield County, Walker County, Gordon County, Pickens County. We're clipping Pickens, and Union County and Fannin County. Goes until 7:45. That's a lot of counties in there. That is a huge box. Look at that. Look at the size of that box. That's a big one. So all you guys out there in that group, Resca, your Ranger, again, LJ's in this. Cherry Log, Blue Ridge, Morgantown, Mineral Bluff, just short of Blairsville. Not quite there yet. But all you guys are in that warning right now. That's for some, again, gusty winds. Again, you got this very strong line of storms that's pushing a lot of gusty winds out ahead of it. So we're going to see some power outages that's going to continue. I'm sure those power outages numbers are going to continue to go up. It was 8,700 on the last update that I had. It's now over 10,000 in Alabama. So we're going to see that number continue to increase, especially as this bowling ball line of showers and storms continues to race almost due east. Again, I appreciate you guys checking out the coverage. We've been going on here for about an hour and 37 minutes, so I want to thank everybody here. Almost 10,000 people who have viewed the channel here for today as we continue to do our severe weather coverage thing here today. And I appreciate you guys being very active on the chat. Y'all have been very cordial, which is good. Make sure you guys give us a likes over there as you can. And if you haven't subscribed, as a lot of y'all have been doing here for today, continue to help us out. I think we can make a run at 14,000. That would be a nice little round number to try to get to. Just remember, when you subscribe, just make sure you hit that notification bell. Very important to do that so you guys get my daily forecast. I posted the forecast, by the way. I already did that earlier. It's posted. And I do that every afternoon, roughly about 2 o'clock. I do a daily forecast. You guys get Monday through Friday. And if you guys become a member, if you want to do membership stuff, I do the weather report, which is kind of more techno-geeko, kind of get into the models a little bit more and stuff. You guys can do that. We have the Brick Tamlin level, which is like $1.99, and the Jim Cantori level, because I used to work with Jim at the Weather Channel back in the day, at $3.99. And again, all that money stays with the channel. I do not spend it on me for anything other than to support what we're trying to do here. So eventually, hopefully, we'll get our nice little weather computer. We'll have a Baron Viper system and a Lynx box. It'll be really, really sweet. And hopefully be able to get this thing launched to do a 24-hour weather channel. That's what I really want to get to. So you guys could tune into the forecast and camera network and do all that stuff. My peers who've done this were established meteorologists in their markets. They were like the Glenn Burns or, David Chanley's, they were known. So these guys, when they got out of their TV business, they went to a, big advertiser and say, hey, give me some money. And they did it. So we have to build our audience a little backward, a little different before we can get that big stuff. So we're doing a little differently. So, but I do appreciate you guys helping us out. Yeah, hopefully it looks like the worst is getting through Dalton right now. It looks like the worst of it stayed to y'all's north. Looking back here at the live camera here, it doesn't look that bad. There's just rain there. This is the Dalton little train depot there. Just maybe rain's coming down there, but that doesn't look too bad. I think the worst has gone through Dalton right now. It's looking a little bit better there. And let's see if it's raining in Blairsville. Yeah, there it is. Finally raining in Blairsville. There's that rain finally got in there. And it's getting a little dark in my area. It's going to be raining in my backyard here real soon. It's going to be pouring down rain in my area here shortly. I'll show you that as soon as we get closer. Here's the current watches and warnings. Again, you see it up here across Tennessee. Come back here through Georgia, getting into North Carolina. So we're getting a lot of heavy action down here. Got a little storm down here to the south. Nothing behind it. Not seeing anything in the air behind there. So, again, hopefully we will stay clear of any other additional activity. Back on the radar one here. All right. They're clipping away that tornado warning box area. So Dalton, you're about out of it. So Chatsworth, you're not. I will say, looking at the reflectivity here, the worst of the activity appears to be to y'all's north. So I'm not overly concerned based off what I'm seeing right now. Just a lot of heavy winds all up and down that line. I got a fly in here. God bless. Getting close to fly season. I want to start putting out my fly traps. I hate those things. I put a fly trap in my backyard. I just catch them by the bushel. Why did the chicken cross the road? I don't know. To get to the other side, to move from left to right. I want to tell y'all right now, though, I want to be very upfront about this, especially around Facebook or anything else. One thing I will not tolerate on this channel is somebody who sits there and just tells me I'm full of crap, or I'm just hyping the stuff and I'm just doing it for clicks and likes and all that kind of crap. I will ban you in a heartbeat. I do not like that one damn bit. I don't play that game. And if that's how you feel, go find somebody else to go watch. Watch TV, watch whatever outlet you want to watch. You want to watch Max Velocity or Ryan Hall or whoever else is out there doing it. Go knock yourself out. But I damn sure ain't gonna put up with that crap on my channel. I'm here to serve you guys. I am y'all's personal weatherman. I'm here to do a job, and I'm gonna try to do it the best I can, and to keep y'all safe and have a little fun doing it. If you haven't guessed, I do love doing weather. I will tell you that my TV and my military career were never compatible. Never were. I first came to Atlanta. I was working at the old CBS 46 station in 2005, 2009. I got sent to Iraq, came back, job changed. Was going to get out of TV and go regular Army. Then the super tornado outbreak happened in 2011. I decided I wanted to still do weather. I do weather down in Columbus, Georgia, which is where I grew up, and I got screwed there again. So I got out of TV completely and finished up in the military. And I never thought I'd be doing this again. I really didn't. And then when I retired from the military, I tried to do a national channel. And then David Chanley called me and said, "Hey, you want to do freelance here at Fox 5? I said, "Sure, absolutely. I'd love to do that." And here I was back doing Atlanta TV again, something I hadn't done in a lot of years, and never thought I'd be doing it again. And here I am with thanks to technology and you guys out there in the YouTube universe and on Facebook, having the opportunity to serve and do what I love to do, and not have some news director or some consultant telling me what I can and cannot say. I mean, what a blessing, right? What an absolute blessing. But man, this is such a localized thing. I've said that like repeatedly on this stuff, but I know the guys back in Birmingham and all these guys are going, I mean, what happened? Nothing else fired below that line. It never did. It just never did. Usually when you get a core of heavy storms, you'll get a back build of thunderstorms that'll work its way all the way down. It never did that. Very atypical, unusual to see that. What's your Facebook page? What's that? What Facebook? Well, if you're interested, I'll tell you what I will do. I mean, I haven't put it over there on YouTube in a while, so I mean, I'll put it over there. If you are here on YouTube and you'd like to get my Facebook postings, my normal stuff and anything like that, I will put this in the chat bar for you guys. So there it is in the chat, so you guys can go over to there and like and follow the Facebook page. We're getting close to. We just went over 92,000 today, knocking on 100,000, which was the big goal. The YouTube channel is to try to get to 25,000. Obviously, we're not going to do that today, but we might make a run at 14,000. That would be a nice little thing to try to get to here. Got to have goals. So, well, that is a lot. Look at the size of that watch box, man. But they are chipping it away. They are updating it as that line goes by. But like I said, y'all in LJ and y'all in Blue Ridge, y'all need to get y'all's act together. Get ready for this stuff to come on through here. Hopefully the wineries and the orchards and stuff don't take any kind of real damage or anything from this. I'm watching y'all in the chat here. Yeah, chat's where it's still got that tornado warning right there. Thank you guys. Keep that subscriber thing going. I love it. I love watching that thing roll up. It makes me feel good. It's an adrenaline junkie. Yeah, Chatsworth's probably getting the worst of it right now. It's just the worst of the coming here. But here's the thing. Look how sharp the top of this line is up in here. I'm going to stop this real quick. Go all the way in here. I want y'all to pay attention to something here. Now, see how sharp the color contrast is right up in here. Like this is a very good wall cloud coming through here. But look how it looks down to the south. Look how down here. Oops, sorry. Down here toward Chatsworth and Dalton, it's all it's kind of all discombobulated, not very sharp in there at all. So that tells me it's not very organized through there. Probably not as it got some gusty winds, yeah, but it's not as bad as it could have been. Let's just put it that way. And I'll be checking on the. I'm keeping check. I'm constantly going back and checking the. Yeah, we're officially over 10,000 without power now, without in Georgia, so over 10,000 now. So I suspect that's going to continue to go up. Alabama's at 10,000, so that will probably continue to climb here for this evening. Again, there's our current warnings out there currently. And boy, getting close to 13.9. Only need 12 more of y'all. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Make y'all hit the notification bell. I'm just telling y'all. I got it. I tell you, I was doing a severe weather coverage when I was trying to do a national channel. Hear a little thunder outside my door. When I was trying to do a national channel, and I couldn't figure out what the whole gist was. So I'm hearing some thunder and lightning in my neck of the woods. So I got a thunderstorm walking into Braselton. Hopefully, cross my fingers, it doesn't appear to be a whole lot of lightning out there. It just now starting to rain, but hopefully it does not knock me off the air like it did a week or so ago. But I almost wanted to quit doing this stuff because I just wasn't having any fun doing it because I didn't have an audience out there watching me like you guys are doing right now. And it figured out that in order to the way the YouTube algorithm works, it's all about engagement. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, the light bell went off. So, the likes, the comments, the subscribes, that's how the algorithm stays active. So to give you an example, right now we're averaging 6 minutes and 24 seconds per viewer. So as you guys are engaged with y'all's comments and your likes and your subscribers, that keeps the algorithm active. So when somebody leaves, somebody new comes in and replaces y'all. So every time y'all keep that subscriber thing rolling like you're all doing it right now, that keeps that algorithm happy. And it keeps us happy because we're able to maintain our audience. And we've had over 10,000 of y'all, 10,680 here so far for an hour, 47 more minutes of coverage. That's very good. I'm very pleased with that number. So again, thank you guys for checking in here. Again, not a huge system. It's really so compact. Again, man, y'all in Blue Ridge and Cherryworth and LJ, y'all going to get hit pretty hard for like 5-10 minutes tops, and then you're done. It's going to be finished. And then we'll probably look for a little rain overnight, and that's going to be about it. Chatsworth is not done. You're still officially in that warning right now, my friend. You guys are still in that warning area right now. I'm not seeing anything that's kind of standing out to me on the velocity mode. I mean, there's some wind blowing through there, but as far as what my eyes can see, I'm not seeing a whole lot there. I mean, you see this little bit of red on green in here. That would be the area you would kind of look, but even that is not overly strong. All right. So there's some rotation going on, but that's about it. More of a struggle with it. I'm getting a good downpour here now at my house. This is outside my area right now. So that's looking outside my backyard. So I got a pretty good downpour coming on here. Good gust, little bit of wind there, but not severe. This is up near. This is in Braselton, Georgia. So getting a good downpour in my backyard. That was the one thing when we had a good earnings back during that winter storm back in January. And one of the things I updated all my equipment, my lights, my cameras, my microphone. I got that station out there in the backyard, so I could stop running to the door whenever the weather was approaching my area. I could actually pull the camera up and see it. So I'm very grateful to get that camera there for it. So again, appreciate all the new subscribers. Again, welcome aboard. Y'all just remember, if y'all new to the channel, just make sure that y'all look for my daily forecast. I do post that every day. The forecast for tomorrow is already posted. You see that on YouTube. You guys can see that. And just to give you all a heads up, I do 2 versions. I know we got a lot of Northwest Georgia folks up there. So I have a client up in Northwest Georgia who's got a little independent digital channel I do, talking live broadcast channel. So I do a forecast for East Tennessee and Northwest Georgia specifically. And then I have a general Northwest Georgia. So you'll see 2 of them there whenever you go see it on the channel, just so you know what you're looking at. If you see the Talking Live channel, that's kind of East Tennessee, Northwest Georgia, and then there's the regular one. So you'll see the 2 different versions that I do. All right, they just cut a bunch of counties away from Alabama. So you see what's left. All right, so what's left is basically we're waiting to see what happens with this stuff back here to see what goes on. Here's the stuff that we've been tracking. Now, does this stuff go severe or not? We'll see. They kept it up for a reason. So waiting to see what happens with that stuff. All right. So the tornado warning is now gone. They did drop that. I was wondering why they kept it up for as long as they did, because I just wasn't seeing anything there. But we still have this current, you see the current warning that's currently up in that area there. So get ready to come into Fannin County. Obviously, Gilmer County, you're going to be getting hit with some pretty good winds here shortly. And I don't know if it's really going to get that much into Pickens or not. It's kind of clipping there. This tail end Charlie stuff down here, maybe doesn't look all that impressive. But I will say this line doesn't look as impressive as it did before. Now do keep in mind that this thing's getting further and further away from the radar there in northeast Alabama, and this is the Peachtree City one, which is even further away, and then the Greenville one coming from the other side. And I'll watch that. So it's kind of getting into no man's land here shortly. So it becomes a little bit harder to kind of see what's going on up there. Gwinnett County, you guys just had a nice little shower that kind of blew through your area right there, but you're okay right now. But this little shower that kind of dumped about a quick quarter-inch of rain over me is moving up toward Jefferson and Commerce, and you got a little cell there coming up through Danielsville. This stuff's not severe, just a nice little shower downpour with that stuff right there. A little bit of thunder, lightning out here, just a little. I think Gordon's just getting clipped right now. I mean, y'all getting a little bit of stuff, but that's not overly bad. I mean, it's just kind of that warning's kind of clipping you right now in Gordon. Let's see, someone's saying that Chatsworth is saying it's raining hard there now. I don't doubt that. I got fish eating this. All right, thank you. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Anyway, I'm getting used to this whole social media stuff. I tell you, I mean, I'm doing it. I got a PR degree, a master's in it, and getting used to the intricacies of YouTube. It's been a challenge to say the least. How's Cartersville looking? Cartersville, I think y'all are okay unless this stuff does something surprising. I mean, this right there looks like it may stay to y'all's north. There's Cartersville, but this has never been severe. We got a special weather statement on this one coming through Calhoun right now for 40-mile-per-hour winds, so not quite severe. So that's getting close. And Jasper, it really will depend on if we get anything to kind of feel. This might just miss Jasper altogether. There's a gap in that line, so you may not get much there. And I keep watching this stuff back behind here to see if this stuff does anything out of the ordinary, because we got this last bit of energy to watch here. All right, so they did take the watch down completely out of Alabama now. So Alabama's completely done. So that means they're not worried about that. That original watch was supposed to go till 8 o'clock Central Time. So they went and took it down. Not sure why there's some counties in Tennessee that still have it. So what I'm going to say here then is, based off what I'm seeing, is once this line goes by where the severe thunderstorm is right now, that's probably going to do it for the night. So I don't not saying we want to get more rain or thunderstorms, because I still think we got that piece of energy to come through tonight. But once this line goes by, I think we're going to be looking okay for tonight. Hey, Engineer 210, thank you. Not a problem, brother. You're one of our regulars. Felton, Delaware. Not covering Delaware. Sorry. I know we get other viewers from other places. So Emma's reporting dumping hard in Dalton right now. Yeah, I don't doubt that. Now, let's just kind of trending over that. Let's look at the rainfall totals real quick. I'm getting a little bit of this training action here with some of this rain. A little bit, not too bad. So as I said, the rain wasn't going to be too big of a problem because this stuff's moving. But there are some pockets of 1 inch in here, which is what I was anticipating with this. That's not too bad. So far so good, I would say, as far as what we've seen with the weather, the severe weather risk. The only thing that did not go verified with this line was that it did not back build down further down in Alabama, and as a result, most of Metro Atlanta, although y'all were on that level 2 earlier today, it's not going to get that far south. It's not. Well, thank you there, the hamster 7538 to shared us over on Facebook. I appreciate that. I do appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys. All right, now I got to ask a big favor. I really do. I got to ask this because, man, I'm all. Anybody's watched the channel knows I'm all about solid numbers, man. And we only got to get 65. That's it. 65 to go over 14,000 subscribers. So I'm going to ask every last one of y'all, personal plea, to please consider subscribing. I know y'all got a lot of. I got a number of subscribers I watch. I got certain channels I watch too. But help us get there, man. It'd be really something. Again, we're trying to negotiate. We're going to be negotiating or talking to a potential sponsor. It would be really nice to show them, because I already gave them the data from like a week or so ago, and say, hey, look how much this channel's grown just in the last week. So if y'all can help us out, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Let me know where you're watching from if you're new to the channel. If you just kind of came across us, you say, hey, you got this severe weather going across North Georgia. What's going on? I want to see what's going on. I hope I've given you guys an idea of what I like to do with my coverage, and that's to kind of keep it real and not hyperventilate like some channels I see out there on YouTube who go, oh my God, look at this. No, believe me, if I see something like that, you're gonna know I really really care about that stuff. So again, I appreciate every last one of y'all. Just as you guys are subscribing, y'all got that thing moving. Just make sure you hit the notification bell so you guys get my daily forecast posted usually every day around 2 o'clock or so. And we do our little, I will always do special updates when it's necessary. Like I did, usually I don't record on the weekends, but I did one yesterday because I was anticipating some of this active weather we're seeing today. So, again, I do appreciate y'all being one of y'all sources. God knows there's enough of us out there. All right. Let's look at this cell down here toward the south. This one's not severe, but it's got 50-mile-per-hour winds and 25, and it's getting close to Coosa and Rome. So you guys here in Rome need to watch out for this cell. It's coming y'all's way. You might get some small hail with that, some gusty winds. It might go severe. It's borderline clear. And thank you, subscribers. Y'all only got to do 30, 29. Keep it going. But y'all watch out. This is going to be moving to Rome probably within the hour. So watch out for this. That's moving at a pretty good clip. Let me see the forward speed on this one again. This one's moving at not as fast as the northern stuff, about 25. So definitely slower. Probably give it another hour or so. That'll be moving in there. All right, Blue Ridge about ready to get hit. So you guys up here in Blue Ridge, Morgantown, Cherry Log, all those areas. I love that part of Georgia. McKaysville going up Highway 5. That's my wife and I have been looking at perhaps getting a home up there eventually when we do retire. But y'all get ready. Y'all going to get some very strong gusty winds in here, all right? So please make sure that outside stuff is secure. Trash cans don't need to be blowing in your neighbor's house or your own house. Umbrellas, anything outside, lawn furniture that's lightweight, get that out of there because this is going to have some very strong gusty winds all up and down in here as it's coming into the area. Now, this stuff does not appear to be as strong as it did earlier, but I got to take it with a grain of salt because it's getting further away from the radar a little bit. Now, we are still getting some pretty good rains here coming up toward Royston, Jefferson, Athens. Y'all are going to get clipped there with this, but at least this stuff down here to the south, this stuff is not severe. We're not getting severe there. All right. But this does not look as strong. Oh, look at that. We got Cold Steel MD. Thank you for Brick Tamlin Lumber, new member there. Thank you very much. And Mr. Clark, 1755, just became a Jim Cantori member. Thank you. I appreciate that. Again, all the membership stuff and Facebook subscribers, what I use that money for, because it actually is posted separately from everybody else. I use that to pay data fees. That's where that stuff goes, just so you know where that goes. Because the data fees, like for the weather app and the other services I got, that stuff, it can get a little expensive. And when we get our professional weather system, I won't even tell you the data fees on that thing. That thing's going to be expensive. But that's what that studio sponsorship is for, to help cover that. So anyway, here we got. Here we go. Do you think Murphy will get a tornado? No, I do not. I think y'all going to get some pretty strong winds there in Murphy. Y'all are getting real close up there in Murphy, North Carolina. I know I got some of y'all from North Carolina who are watching, especially you guys who are with Mountain Buzz Radio. It's one of the radio channels I do support a forecast with. But you guys are going to get some gusty winds blowing through there as well. And what's interesting is you see this kind of bowing effect in here. That's typically where the strongest winds are blowing through here. So y'all going to get some pretty good winds in Murphy, Hayesville, maybe getting into Hiawassee eventually. So we'll see how close this gets to the Blairsville camera. Look at it, cleared out back to sunshine again. Had a nice little rain down there a few minutes ago, and now we're back in blue skies. So we'll watch that line as it approaches the Blairsville area here. Only got to get 12 more, man. 12 more. Look at that. Y'all are awesome. I'm not worthy. I really feel that way sometimes. There's all the watch boxes clearing out. That's good to see. Only North Georgia now and Tennessee are in it. Again, there's the watch. There's that area. So you can kind of see where all the warnings are. Right through there. So again, I was not expecting this thing to stay at 11 o'clock, and I don't think it will. So that's good. That's good. I don't want to be up too late tonight. And again, I want to thank everybody. Y'all have been y'all make this fun, and I really do appreciate it more than you know. Now, I want to watch closely. Still seeing if these things are going to back build in here or not. Seeing some scattered storms back here toward Alabama, but nothing significant. Hey, Calhoun. Good to see you, Susan William. Welcome aboard. If you're a new subscriber, thank you. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I've been so poor about. Someone just mentioned in the chat. We do have our own weather app. I've been so bad about doing that. I do want to. Yeah, I need to do that, especially since I got a great company that actually supports our weather app, which is really great. It's especially for you if you're not really much into the science thing or anything like that. So here is the link here. This is for you Android users. If you've not downloaded our free weather app, it's a great app, by the way. It really does a lot of great stuff. But check that out right there. And let's get you the other one here. Oh, dog. Oh, dog just moved my camera. Dang gummit. Hold on a minute. I'll have to fix that. My dog just moved my camera. I will fix that in about 2 seconds. My dog just moved my camera. Hold on one second, guys. My dog ruined my camera. My dog ruined my camera. Yeah. All right, there you go. My dog's got a little bed underneath me. He likes to stay underneath my feet, so we got him a little bed, and he just bumped my camera there. So sorry, guys. So anyway, I just put both links in there if y'all want to download that app. It's free, by the way. Y'all can get, and there we go, folks. Give yourself a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I wish I had a sound effect. I probably need to get one, so we can go ahead and do that. We just crossed the 14,000 mark. That is awesome. That's a great milestone, but y'all can keep it going as much as you like. Please do so. Again, that puts us about 11,000 from that 25,000 goal. So every time we get there a little closer, we're all for it. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into this update here. I want to keep y'all, again, if y'all are behind this line, now Dalton's still getting some pretty good heavy rains in here, but y'all are about done with this. Reinhold, Lafayette, Somerville's looking pretty good. Y'all slid right in between. Look at that, Somerville. You got the storm to the south, and but got a little gap there. But you guys out ahead of here, Blue Ridge, Morganton, Cherry Log, LJ, you're going to get a glancing blow. Again, from a radar representation, it does not look to be quite as bad as it did before. Don't double click, by the way. That's what happens when I see someone subscribe and unsubscribe. You double click by accident. Just be careful when y'all do that. Somebody said they thought they subscribed to my channel and they realized they had subscribed and unsubscribed. Like, whoops. I've done that myself. I'm guilty of that. So, but again, y'all across Northwest Georgia, y'all are good. Now we do have the special weather statement here for the tail end of this line. That's for 40-mile-per-hour winds. And they're probably going to put one up here for Coosa and Rome. I do see that coming into play here real shortly. So watch out for that. But I'm watching. I mean, there's still some storms that are going to come out of Alabama tonight. We need to watch and see what that does here later tonight with some more rains. But this shouldn't be too widespread here tonight. But we're going to stay on here as long as we can still got this active warning here, especially with this big warning right there. But it does appear to be weakening. It's losing a little bit of its punch. It is 7:30 at night. The atmosphere is cooling down a little bit. So we've had some rains out there. So we still got the severe thunderstorm watch goes until 11. But I don't think it's going to be there. The warning of Walker County has been canceled. All right. So they're chipping back that warning as these storms continue to race off toward the east. They also appear to be slowing down just a little bit as well, so they're not moving as fast. So here we go. I'm looking around here. Chatsworth. You're not through it yet, man. Chatsworth, you're still getting some, there's no tornado warnings out there in Chatsworth. You're still getting the rains and wind kind of blowing through you, but it shouldn't be that bad. You're looking okay. I know the warning's still out, but I think all the worst of it's kind of pushed through the Chatsworth area here. This line's kind of trailing back a little bit. I mean, the most intense part of this thing looks like it's just to the north of Blue Ridge and just to the south. Just kind of looking at that reflectivity here. Oops, let me get back out of this. So you kind of see up here, right through Blue Ridge here, and this right here, those are where the most intense part of that line is right now. And we got Linda Woodman just became a Brick Tamlin member. Thank you there, Linda. Thank you for joining our family. Thank you for being a new member. And you can look for that to the weather report tomorrow morning. I post that typically around 7:30, 8 o'clock for you guys who are members. And for those who also become members, I also post behind the scenes stuff. I usually give you all more detailed information as far as the build out of the channel and stuff. My feeling is if you're going to be a member like that and you're contributing even a couple bucks and stuff like that, I want to keep you guys up on the latest of what I'm trying to do here. I'm not sure whether we're Laverly in a camper. You think we're going to hit hard? I'm not sure where that's at. Liverly? I'll be looking for that at. I'm not sure where that's at. I mean, I know a lot of Georgia towns, but I don't know. I gotta admit, I don't know them all. So let me pull that up real quick. So bear with me for a second. Sounds like I get my stupid internet up. There we go. How do you spell that? L-Y... Arlie, Wiley, Georgia. There it goes. Let's see here. All right, now I can see what I'm looking at. Thank you there, brother. Let me take a look here. All right. And no, you're okay. Here, I see where you're at. No, you're okay. You're down there. You're on the south part of that line. Yeah, you're up against that line. You're okay. You got that storm. There you are. That storm's just to your south. Now I see where you're looking. Yeah, you're okay. You're right there in that trailer right there. This is staying to y'all south. This is kind of moving into Arcusa and Rome. But you're all right. And thank you there, D. Perlato 46, who just became a Jim Cantori member. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. It's always important for us to grab the natural flow when it comes to like the memberships and subscribers. Is you're going to gain, when you have these live events, you're going to gain some, and then you naturally lose some over time, and that's okay. I don't take it personal. So it's important when we do have these live events, when we can get our base to come back up a little bit to take part of the natural attrition you're going to lose. It's just part of having that. So I never take it personal, but I do appreciate you guys helping us out. The clouds passing out look ominous. Ooh, I don't doubt that. Yeah, but I would say the worst of those clouds are definitely to your south. That storm is moving just west to east, so you don't have to worry about that. You're looking good. Any bad winds in Jasper? I don't think so. I think Jasper's looking all right. This stuff on the tail end of this line. Let me switch over to the Peachtree City radar here. Nah, that don't look that bad at all. Nah, I think Jasper, you're okay. Again, the worst of this wind energy is definitely over Fannin County right now. So coming right down, they're going right through Blue Ridge right now. And I wish that Blue Ridge camera was up, and it's down. There used to be a good camera there in Blue Ridge in downtown, but it's been non-operational about 2 months now. Hey, Tyler, you did good, brother. 14,000. I mean, come on. That's been a heck of a day, guys. Oh, fog moved in? Yeah, I don't doubt that. What happens is that you get a heavy downpour, cools it down, warm air comes over the top of that stuff, and then you get the fog there. We're probably going to have some patchy fog around in the morning. Although the winds are expected to step a little bit, that may provide enough mixing to not be the fog to be a big problem. Oh, someone's asking about the power outages. Okay, let me check for you. Hold on, brother. I'll check on it. Still holding at 9,700 in Georgia and 8,500 in Alabama. So it hasn't been too bad. Power outages, the highest I've seen is a little over 10,000 so far. So far, so good. So we got this one big warning up right now, and this one goes for another 5 minutes. Now, like I said, looking at the reflectivity on this line, it is nowhere near as strong as it was when it moved into northwest Georgia. Okay, it is weakened a bit. I see special weather statements on here. And I guess get ready to come into LJ, but that doesn't really look like anything that blows my socks off right now. So the atmosphere is settling down. Yep, I'm having a Chick-fil-A sandwich. My wife brought it home for me because I wasn't able to cook. Normally, I would have cooked my chili tonight, but I had to take care of you guys tonight. So yes, my wife brought me a little Chick-fil-A sandwich. My last bite. Now, Brazelton, you're good. We had a nice little shower earlier, but we're not going to get this stuff tonight. Now, we're watching the tail end of this stuff. Whoops. See if we get any of this to fill in here. If it does, this will get a little closer to Atlanta. But what I think is going to end up happening here pretty soon, and this is why I got to get on that now. I got to get on the Weather Service chat. I really do. It's something I need to get. I need to take care of the Weather Service out of Peachtree City, so I can stay up with those guys. Yeah, that's what I need. I need a Chick-fil-A to sponsor me. There's one like right across the street. I need to get them to say, "Hey, I just gave y'all free advertising." So, wow, 13,360 folks in just 2 hours of coverage. That is awesome, guys. Very, very, very nice. Thank you very much. We've averaged about 7 minutes per viewer, and very good turnout tonight. Boy, Blue Ridge is about ready to get hit pretty hard right now. Whew. That is some good stuff. That is some heavy stuff coming into Blue Ridge right now. Blue Ridge, going down. I've driven through there a lot of times there on 76. Going up toward Mineral Bluff, up there near the Home Depot there at the intersection of 5. And the Walmart right there. I'm sure they're getting pretty heavy right now. But that's the most intense part of that line. And you see this new activity. Now, LJ, look out for this. Now, see this stuff here? Look at this. Look what happened here. Watch. See that kind of exploding up right there? So, LJ, this is, that's looking a little bit, little more funky than it was just a few minutes ago. We got Kristen who said, new subscriber here. Thank you for what you do. Hey, Kristen, thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you for being a new subscriber here on the channel. I'm going to tell y'all, for those who have not heard the story, I'm going to go ahead and share this with you guys. For those who, originally I had a channel called the Weather Nerds channel. I was trying to do a national channel. Didn't have a lot of luck with it. And I was about ready to throw in the towel on anything. And I went to this digital weather conference in Tennessee with a buddy of mine who I worked with in the Atlanta TV station, who was the chief down in Panama City. And we went up to this digital conference. And they said, hey, we thought about going local. I said, I never thought about it. I was like, nah, I got to go against the big Atlanta TV stations. How can I do that? And it really inspired me to go local. And I did a little research and found out how underrepresented what a lot of North Georgia folks were telling me as far as coverage, and they only care about Metro Atlanta. They don't do anything else like that. So it really kind of inspired me to do the local thing. And we know I had a lot of problems going out the first. Oh, we got a new warning here. Got a new warning. Let me see this first. Got a new updated warning. There it is right there. All right. So this is for Towns County, Lumpkin County, Gilmer County, Murray County, Dawson County, and Pickens County, and Union County, and Fannin County, all until about 8:30. Again, that says that line continues to move to the east. Storm is moving to the east at 50 miles per hour. Wind gusts 60 miles per hour and pea-sized hail. All right, so they're just kind of chipping that away from the other one. So this is coming up in Hiawassee, Blairsville, and we can check out that camera there up there in Blairsville, see if the sky's getting darker here yet. Nope, not yet. 76 degrees there in Blairsville. Had some rain in Helen, too. See the sun getting down there a little bit. So, but that's our new warning. So anyway, getting back to the story I was telling y'all, it really got me inspired to do it. Now, my first Facebook page, got hacked, lost it. Had 34,000 on there. Hacked it. I started my second page. One of the Atlanta TV stations, Atlanta News First, came at me and said my original name had 2 words that were apparently copyrighted. I didn't know that. And I used to work for that company years ago, and they treated me like I had left there like yesterday. So I had to build this page for the 3rd time last June the 5th. So the YouTube channel did not take off until January when we had that winter weather. That's when the channel took off. And, and we've been having our steady growth ever since. So like I said, I get so excited about all the new subscribers and everything that we've done here to keep our growth going here. It's been really great because to grow this channel like this in a severe weather mode, and we're tracking the weather and we're doing everything here, it's real people. It's not bots. Well, what I learned from my old channel is when I tried to do the advertising thing, I was getting more bots, and I still get those, but not real people. And so you don't effectively grow the channel. And then the second most important thing we learned was getting folks to make sure they hit that notification bell, because I had no idea that you would sink or swim or swim, sink or swim or drown, I should say, if you didn't do that. So it's been a learning experience. And again, I appreciate you guys coming on board here. All right, so we got this new warning out, so we're not going anywhere anytime soon. Obviously, this new warning goes out till 8:30. So we'll see how this thing, again, the line doesn't look overly impressive, but there are some hot spots. We'll say there's some hot spots on it for sure. You see the hot spot up there through Blue Ridge. You see this little blow up here getting close to the LJ area. So it's kind of pulsing, which is not unusual. That happens with a storm. And you see the storms here trying to build back here toward Calhoun. You got this one little nice little storm coming into Rome right now. Doesn't have a special weather statement on that one or not. So, Linda, what'd you say there? I just recently found you have native-born pacing hand. Wait, listen, I know I've got a lot of people on this channel who've got weather anxiety, and I appreciate that. I try to keep it even keel for you guys, so you guys know that you're going to be safe, you're going to be okay, all right? For whatever reason, I know a lot of folks. I think one bad thing about the information age or social media and everything else is that you just get hit with so much crap out there you don't want to believe. I'll tell you, there's a lot of social media folks out there. That's why I take personal offense when somebody sits there and says, "Oh, you're just hype, you're just clickbait, you're just this." I get really pissed off. That really angers me because I do my damnedest not to do the clickbait stuff. Now, I still need to make sure I stay engaged and get y'all to watch my content or my little thumbnails. That's part of the game. You can't go cold turkey. You got to still advertise and get somebody willing to watch your stuff. But I will never go over the top with something unless I know for sure this is going to be a serious thing. And there's you folks who have the weather anxiety thing. I try to calm you as best I can. I try to answer as many of y'all as I can. I can't get everybody, but I try to do my best to be even kill on this. Believe me, if I see a serious situation, whether it be something with a hurricane coming up our way, tropical system, winter weather, this past winter storm, I was really convinced. I thought we were going to get buried in one of the worst ice storms we've seen in 25 years. And it was so close. People don't realize how close we were. Like within a degree, if we got mostly sleet and not the freezing right now. Now areas up toward Cleveland and Helen and areas up there got hit really hard, but it could have been a whole lot worse, and we just missed it. I mean, like that much. But I will tell you when I think it's going to be something more serious. Okay. Now what's going to happen once this goes by here, folks, is we got a quieter week ahead. We're going to have some maybe some more storms on Thursday, but I'm not anticipating that to be severe at this time. And just plain old hot weather. I think we're going to settle into kind of a typical summer doldrum type stuff. Now, the big question you guys got to think of is we do have a building El Nino. Now, let me be up front and tell y'all right now, let me write down, there's no such thing as a super El Nino. It's not something new they just came up with. It's either a weak El Nino, moderate El Nino, strong El Nino. It's only 4 categories. It's strong or not. It's a strong one. It's probably going to be an historical. It's probably going to be a very strong one. It's going to impact our weather, all right, in the sense of we may have more active severe weather into the fall, that second severe weather season of the fall, and we may have better opportunities for snow going into the winter months. But yours truly will not post a snow forecast in damn June, okay? I saw some social media posts doing something. Now that, my friend, is clickbait. No, I won't do that. So, yeah, people remember Helene. Helene was rough. But yeah, that's that. I just want to make sure y'all understand my philosophy, understand where I'm coming from, and what I'm trying to do. And hopefully we'll learn together. Now, we do have this new special weather statement out. They did come up one here for Rome. 40-mile-per-hour winds, quarter-size hail. So you got a little storm there coming into the Rome area right now. And but not severe. So that will probably continue to move off toward the east. So maybe get into Cartersville, Canton later tonight. But that one has never been severe the whole time it's been tracking. So Calhoun, you got a little shower going through that. That ain't much, Calhoun. You're okay. That's about through, y'all. Y'all are about done. You ain't got to worry about that very much. Got Dev Nev here. Watch some of your fun Scud activity on DNN Airport in Dalton about half an hour ago. Appreciate coverage of what you couldn't see. Okay, appreciate that. Yeah, that was a pretty good cloud. I wish I could have seen that. If you got any pictures, share it. You can always email me. But thank you very much for that. Lights flickering in Blue Ridge. Yeah, I don't doubt that. Y'all had some pretty good. That was a pretty good cell that moved through Blue Ridge. It looks like you still got some more activity coming to your west, but not nearly as bad as what was there as that first move through your area there. So Calhoun, no, you're okay, Calhoun. You're all right. The worst has gone through y'all. Y'all are okay. There may be some other rains and stuff with this energy back in northern Alabama coming through tonight, but I'm not anticipating anything severe with this. All right, so y'all are on the tail end of that line. It's moving through y'all right now, so y'all are good to go. So Chatsworth, yeah, y'all are about done with that. Y'all, yeah, the worst of that has gone through y'all. Chatsworth, Calhoun, you're good too. So sorry, I got a little disoriented there for a second. No, but yeah, they did not issue anything additional here for Northern Alabama. I'm not saying y'all might get more rain tonight, but yeah, the worst is through Chatsworth. You're done. Dalton is good too. You're fine. Worst has gone through you as well. Again, we had that tornado warning earlier, so not expecting any more tornado warnings. And let me see if the power money's changed much here. Nope, we're back up to 10,778, so it went back up again. And Alabama's got 7,885. So I'll keep an eye on that. Let's go look at the quad here. Let's see if the skies are getting dark in Blairsville or not. Nope, still not. Still looking pretty good, looking okay there right now. But boy, they'll be getting some rain here in Blairsville here real shortly. Soon enough, it's coming. It's coming. Go back to the live shot here. Pretty good storms here going through the east, going up 85 up toward Commerce and Daniels. I mean, I know it's not severe. Let me switch over to the Gainesville, Greenville radar here. Yeah, you're getting some pretty good storms there going through northeast Georgia there. Coming up toward Hartwell, Commerce. These aren't severe, but nice little downpours. That's the rain that just moved through my area. That gave me about a third of an inch of rain in like 10 minutes. Where's Sask at? I'm not even sure where that's at, brother. Sask? Not sure where that's at. So, you got me. Do-do-do-do-do-do. What's the lightning count? One thing is this thing. When I get my new weather computer, that'll have a nice lightning counter on it. This program shows the lightning, and there is not a lot out there. I've seen a couple of strikes, but the lightning strikes are not high. I don't have a counter on this program. There's a cluster of lightning down here through Coosa. You see the lightning strikes through here. See that coming up into Rome. But this stuff up here, not a ton of lightning. I'm not seeing. I saw a couple of strikes earlier, but not a lot of lightning with that right now. Here in Thunder and Commerce, that's probably that stuff that's that's the stuff that just came. Yeah, there was one lightning strike. Just saw it right there, right there. Yep, yep. I had one little lightning strike, a little thunder there in Commerce. Yep, I had a little bit of thunder and lightning in my area too with that same cell. But yeah, when we get our weather computer, the system we're going to be getting here, it's called a Baron Lynx box. Okay, so it is the same system I use when I fill in at Fox 5. It is it's got a program called Viper on it. It does some great, probably one of the best severe weather tools in the business that you can have. And it does have a lightning counter and stuff with that. So we will have that capability for you guys here, hopefully soon enough. So. Forsyth County, looking good. I couldn't rule out some rain here sometime tonight, maybe as the rest of that system pulls on through, but nothing bad. I mean, I know, I gotta believe they probably updated this. Let me see here. Did they update this at all? No, they have not updated it. I was just seeing if they had updated this thing, and it does not appear that they have. Nope, kept it the same. They have not changed that. I was just checking the outlook here, and they have not changed it. So let me switch back over to the radar here. So I know when they broad brush, and you got to understand, folks, they when they broad brush for everything, and I try to say this whenever I do those updates for that. That does not mean when they put out that severe weather outlook that everybody in that shaded area is going to be seeing severe weather. That's not how that works. What it says is that the dynamics or the elements that are possible for severe weather are in that area, and you could see something in that area depending on the levelty of the storms. It doesn't mean everybody's going to see it. It just means that the conditions are there for potential severe weather, and they operate obviously for the different levels: level 1, level 2, and to me, level 2 is still slight. Slight means isolated, not widespread. This to me, what we've seen here tonight qualifies into slight risk. You get into enhanced area, then you get into a more widespread event. When we start getting to level 3 and level 4, that's when you really get your get yourself moving. Now, for all you new subscribers who come on here tonight, make sure y'all hit that notification bell. It's so important that y'all do that. And for all you new members that came on there, look, tomorrow morning you guys will get, make sure you hit that notification bell too. Just because you're a member doesn't mean you automatically get my updates. Make sure that you guys look for the weather report, which I'll do tomorrow morning. Y'all get that. And it's about, roughly I keep it like 12, 13 minutes. It's kind of gets into a little more of the model data, and I'll kind of give you my thoughts on some long range stuff that I wouldn't normally put in a normal like 7-day forecast. Just kind of a outlook type thing. If you're into that kind of stuff, you guys will get that as well. All righty. All right. We got 34 minutes left on this warning box, and still showing 50% chance for 60-mile-per-hour winds. Tornado risk still remains low, about 10% in that warn area. And they do that because whenever you got a line, you're always worried about something that's going to possibly develop along it. Hasn't been too bad. So this little storm that's going to be coming into Rome soon. They'll probably get into Canton later tonight, unless it starts to lose its muster a little bit. But I am very, I'm going to go to bed very happy tonight just to know that we were able to cross that 14,000 barrel. Because I mean, Facebook's one thing. I get 1,000 followers on Facebook because I advertise and do stuff over there every 7, 8, 9 days. I can get that, but to get it on YouTube, it takes a little bit of work, and it's a lot harder to get there. So whenever we crack 1,000 milestone on YouTube, that's a big deal. So I'm very, very, very grateful for you guys to support tonight. All right. So as far as these other cities, let's talk about LJ's kind of getting their action right now. So is Blue Ridge. They're getting a little gap. They're still not done with the rain yet. So let's talk about these cities that are still got to deal with this line coming in. So Talking Rock might get a glancing blow here. Jasper, I don't know if y'all get anything. Really don't. And obviously this is a lot of mountains up in here. So we're really the next real big cities we're talking about Dahlonega, Cleveland, Helen. Still maybe about an hour or so from getting there, so it's probably closer to 9 o'clock, and that's assuming we don't lose a little bit of a muster. Now you notice we've got some new activity that kind of blew out ahead of that line, which is not unusual. So what happens when this happens is that you'll get a burst of some wind that'll be pushing out ahead of it, and then it'll run into maybe some other boundaries. Remember, we had some other storms, other activity that was out here earlier. So it collides into those areas, like dropping rocks in a pond, and then they collide, and then you get new activity to form. So that's what happens there, because we did have some stuff out there earlier that moved on through the area. So there's little ripples that go out. A new wind runs into that, and then you get the explosion of some more activity to kind of briefly flare up there. Well, I'm not sure about tornadoes in Colorado and Wyoming because I'm not covering out there. This is a North Georgia channel. Unfortunately, I tried to do the national thing. I really did. I gave 2 years to try to do a national channel. I could not compete with the big channels. There was just no way that the YouTube algorithm was going to allow another national channel. When you got Ryan Hall with 3.4 million followers, and you got the hyperactive maxi velocity kid with 2 million, you're never going to get any traction there. And so that's why we went local, and I'm very grateful that the YouTube algorithm has allowed me to find an audience, which has been awesome. Yes, download that app. I think I put that in there a couple times. I'll do it again. Thank you there, Mr. Engineer, helping me remind me to do that, because I always forget to do it. And I will tell you something. Another thing I want to say about our weather app that we got. The weather app, the data fees on that are not cheap, and that's why I do want to say that Roof It Forward, that's our roofing company out of Woodstock, Georgia, that actually supports helps pay for our weather data fees and stuff. They're a really great partner, so I do want to thank them for being our app sponsor. So for you Apple users out there, if you have not downloaded the app, I'm putting the link in there right now. So there it goes. There's the Apple link. And for you Android guys, because I don't want to forget you guys either, there is the Android link right there for you guys. If you want to download the weather app, there it goes there. So you got both of them there. Now, if you guys are watching over here and you do have a Facebook page and you want to get like the static images and stuff like that, there is I'm putting the link to the Facebook page there. It's also in the chat. You guys can go check that out as well. So I'm trying to get more of my Facebook followers to come over to YouTube to make sure that they are subscribing to the channel, because when it comes to this kind of severe weather coverage as we're doing right now, the bread and butter is got to be the YouTube channel, because that's just the way the algorithm works for broadcast and for coverage. Facebook, you'll get initial notification. You might get a few hundred people initially, but as people drop off through attrition, you never get them back. They don't come back. And even, no matter what, in other words, the same things we do on YouTube as far as the subscribes and likes and follows, it doesn't work on Facebook. It does not. I tried to see if that would work. It doesn't. It does not. So I'll still simulcast. I'll still do it because some people like to do it on Facebook. But the YouTube channel has got to be the backbone when it comes to live severe weather coverage. I'll still do my forecast updates on Facebook, but this is the bread and butter here for live severe weather coverage. All right, now I'm gonna look on this stuff here going in south of LJ. This is these storms look like they're intensifying here. This is just north of the Talking Rock area. I like going through Talking Rock because they got that nice little bar there with the trains and stuff. We passed through there one time, never stopped. I got to go over to Talking Rock and try that little train restaurant area there. It's really cool. I need to check that out. But these storms are intensifying here, and that's not unusual to see that again when you get the interaction between some outflow boundaries. And so this is to the just to the west there of Dahlonega. So I'm watching that closely. So that is still about 30 miles away. So about 30 miles on that. So
So at that speed, you're probably about another half hour or so from getting into Dahlonega. Now the camera up there, let's see if that's getting any dark there. It's getting kind of low. This camera does face to the west, so you see the rain in Blairsville now coming in. So there's the rain coming up toward the Blairsville area. Finally getting in there. Let me get that going again. So we're finally getting the rain in up in the Blairsville. Oops! Got to turn it off. Sorry. Like I said, I'm getting used to this new album. So we got the rain just kind of moving to the Blairsville and going into Young Harris and Hiawassee. Bluebird's got a little bit, but the most intense part of this line now is this activity south of LJ, and we got to watch that for Dahlonega. Dahlonega is one of my favorite towns. Love going to Dahlonega. Wife and I go there constantly. We like walking through the square and going to the little events out there and going to the Irish pub there and having a beer. I love that place a lot. Oh, well, thank you there, Christine Carter. My daughter says hello. Well, hi, are you? Is that Kayla? I think it's Kayla. Thank you for watching. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, so watching this right now for the stuff on the northern part of this line is not bad. Everything on this thing looks like it's focusing right in here. So, Dahlonega, I don't know if that'll get into Dawsonville or not, because this is kind of it's still looking like a west-east thing. So Dahlonega and Cleveland are probably the two areas there that we got to watch with that line right through there. Baltimore City. Not doing Baltimore. That's okay. I don't mind anybody from anywhere in the country who wants to watch a little weather. They can watch right here. I know my mom watches from every now and then, although she watches the big channel. She likes the Ryan Hall channels and the Max Velocity channel. She likes watching that stuff. It's like, okay, not my cup of tea, but okay. Rome's got some pretty good showers getting moved through there. That's a nice little thunderstorm. I mean, it's not severe, but that's got a nice little cluster of lightning in there coming into Rome right now. Not severe, but they do have that special weather statement, 40-mile-per-hour winds, quarter-odds hail in there. So we got another 25 minutes on the current warning. I gotta believe. I don't know if they're gonna. I don't think they'll issue anything to the northern part of this line, but the southern part of this line might still get some, like going into Dawson County and going into Lumpkin County. Might get additional warning here for that area. So I might go into Yano and stuff. Someone from Harvest, Alabama says no electricity for 3 hours and still out. Yeah, right now Alabama's still reporting 7,400 without power, and especially up near the northeast portion of the state's got the most power outages. Georgia right now is up to 13,703 without power. So that's the highest I've seen as far as Georgia outages are concerned. That's all right, Kristen. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I don't know. I very seriously doubt we got anything going on with that Rome cell. That's yeah, you're looking at that right there. Yeah, a little. That's very weak, dude. But yeah, you're seeing that right through there. Let me switch down to the Peachtree City radar. See what that looks like. Yeah, a little bit. He's seeing that little red on green, little rotation going on that cell there south of Rome. But the wind profile is very weak. So the rotation, but nothing that looks like it'll drop a tornado. I think good catch there. Bartow County and Floyd County. Oh, they just put a severe thunderstorm warning out on that one. There you go. You called it, brother. Look at that. Let's hear it for the man who called the rotation on that one. I wasn't. There, K Hungry won. He called that one. Let's give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. So we got a warning there in Rome. So again, this is for Floyd County and Bartow County. It goes till 8:45. I've been watching that stuff up to the north, like a little tunnel vision there. So thank you for catching that. 60-mile-per-hour winds, penny-size hail. So it's like, yeah, a little bit winning with that. Now, here's the thing. What sometimes you see this stuff going on here out ahead of this little cell here? This is kind of catching up with it. And sometimes they'll combine forces. You get this kind of collision of different, a little bit of wind shear from the winds at different heights kind of bumping into each other like bumper cars. Yeah, that's what you can get these little storms that'll kind of pulse up on you like that. We got Leanne from Texas. Love watching with. Hey, Leanne, thank you for watching. I know I had some of my regular view. I probably had about 50 hardcore viewers from the Weather Nerds channel that were like, they really hated it when I had to shut that down. I just couldn't do it anymore. It was so disheartening. I just wasn't getting anywhere with the channel, and I really had when this channel started to take off, I was like, I can't do both. It's just too much. So. So I had to focus on one channel. So, hey, if you're new to the channel, make sure y'all give us a like if you can. We're averaging about 7 minutes, 26 minutes per viewer. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're alerted on all our updates. And let me know where you're watching from here today if you're new to the channel. And let me know what I can do to make it a little better for you guys. I try to be as interactive as I can. I know sometimes I miss some things on the chat, but it's kind of tough to watch the chat and do the radar all at the same time. So you got a little bit that's I would love to, if I ever got to a point like my buddy down in Florida, he's a two-person team and he's got some people to help him. Hopefully, what I like to do is if I get this channel up and going is to be able to hire a freelancer. One thing about technology, they can do this from anywhere as long as they got a good internet connection. They can dial into my weather box, and I wouldn't mind having a little help, or maybe bringing in some interns from the University of Georgia. That would be pretty cool. Hey, Ball Ground, good to see you. So we got 2 warnings out right now. We got this one here, which is still good till another 21 minutes on that one. But this one here is going to take a little while. This one goes until about 8:45 on this one. So that does include getting into the Cartersville area. Raven County, I'm going to tell you, man, this stuff on the northern part of this line has been dying off so fast. I mean, look what's going on. I mean, I'm looking for 3 different radars here, and the northern part of this stuff now this stuff down here, the southern part of this stuff, that looks all right, but this up here, no, this is all falling apart. It's definitely dwindling on out. So the only 2 intense thunderstorms that we're seeing right now is the southern part of that line up here, and then of course what's going on down there in the Rome area. Cowway didn't know. You're good. You're too far south. You're all right. Hey, Rome. Got Rome in the house. You guys getting hit with some pretty heavy rains coming in right now. We got Christina from Rome checked in with us. And 2 hours, 43 minutes, and 15,000 views. Will Jasper get worse tonight? Probably not. Jasper, I think y'all missed out on all this. This is going to stay y'all's north. Yeah, once that line goes by, you're done. You're finished. See, what should have happened with this whole line is that there should have been like a straight line of stuff in here. It just never filled in all the way. It had a couple little pieces of energy here and there, but never really filled in. The northern part of this stuff's really weakened out a lot. So just kind of watching this to the north of Talking Rock. Looks like it's just going to glance you guys there. And thank you for that new subscriber. Thank you, sir. And Dahlonega and Cleveland are really the only 2, and it's probably still maybe another hour from you guys because it is slowed down a bit. Not moving nearly as fast. Yeah, I'm probably looking at probably about 9 o'clock tonight. I'm not gonna stay up too late. I gotta, my day starts at 6 o'clock in the morning to get started with my stuff here. So. And I've been burning both candles, burning the candle from both ends here for a little while. So I'm going to go till at least 9 o'clock. So I'm not going anywhere right now. And we're starting to lose our audience a bit here too. So that's why it's important for you guys to stay engaged. If you guys are leaving, and it's okay to leave, y'all can do that. because this is settling down a bit. Just make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and hit let us know where you're talking from so the YouTube algorithm can bring in somebody else. Now you see these little isolated storms, like you see this one up here. Here's another one back over here. This one's going to come across the line here. So you got this one. You got this one up here. So it's kind of discombobulated joint of stuff that's coming on through here. And looking back over toward Alabama, not that impressive. I mean, there's no way this warning's going all the way till 11 o'clock. That ain't going to happen. I'm surprised they haven't cut back some of these boxes across northwest Georgia. Now, here's the thing, guys. When they watch boxes are issued, all right, the Storm Prediction Center puts them out, and then the individual weather service offices in those areas control taking the counties away when it's stuff like that. They take over the management of the box in the area. They can add counties to it. They can take them away. But that's how that works. But you guys aren't looking bad up there right now. I mean, Western North Carolina. Switch over to this. I mean, I just can't see it very well. That's the Greenville radar. Yeah, that's probably the best I can look. You're in no man's land, and it doesn't look that bad up there up there. You got some rains blowing through, but this does not look nearly as impressive as it did earlier. You got a pretty good storm here getting ready to roll out of Georgia. This one's gotten pretty decent. This one's getting ready to cross south of Hartwell in Elberton. So that's my extreme eastern portion of my coverage area. So Hartwell and Elberton, you guys are getting some pretty good heavy rains coming in there right now. And that storm looks like it's going to slide right in between there, looks like. But nice little thunder and lightning with that. Nice little downpour with that. Not severe. I'm surprised they put a special weather statement on that, but that's got to get into Greenville's weather office, if I remember correctly. I think that's a little outside of Peachtree Cities. Switch over here. Switching back to the Peachtree City radar here. If y'all could do me a favor real quick, I'm going to have to go to the restroom real quick. I'm going to be right back. I can't believe I've actually gone almost 3 hours without going to the bathroom. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so at this time. I'll be right back as we kind of get ready to wind down our coverage here for the next 45 minutes or so. Okay, so stand by. I'll be right back. All righty, I'm back, folks. How y'all doing? All right, we got 2 active warning boxes out. We got another 15 minutes on this other one. What I think's probably going to happen here is we'll probably get a new warning box. I think the northern part of this box is going to go away. So like you guys up there in the northeastern, like Rabun and Habersham and Stevens, I don't think y'all going to get this. Now the areas in the south, Lumpkin County and White County, that might be a different story because of this activity right through here, which is where the most intense part of the stuff. You see how this stuff is really just kind of piddle on out there toward the north. And this storm here down toward Rome, kind of holding its own. Lindale, Kingston, this is moving due east. So Kingston, Cassville, may stay to the north of Cartersville, White, and it looks like Adairsville, this is going to slide to y'all south. I guess it's kind of Like I said, it's just moving. These things are moving almost directly due east. There's no northeast, south moving on at all. So right now, Bartow and Floyd are the two counties right there. And this other one, we got another 13 minutes on it. Hey, Tyler, you did a good job there, brother. Have you seen a tornado up close before? Let me see. You want to know about tornado up close before? 2004, Hurricane Ivan. And if you do a YouTube search on this, but Hurricane Ivan tornado TV station, I think it's still out there. I was working as a morning meteorologist in WJHG in Panama City. I had just turned over the reins to Jason Kelly, who's deceased now. God bless his soul. And he was doing the coverage. We had our camera, and I was going to try to get a nap in. I just couldn't. We knew this active weather was coming in, so I go back over, and I'm turning the cam, and there's this water spout becoming a tornado as it comes on shore, and it's coming right at us. I mean, coming right at the TV station. It's unfortunately the first deaths from Ivan happened when that tornado came on shore, and it sideswiped the TV station. It sounded like it did sound like a freight train. Our wind gauge up on top of the roof hit 93 miles per hour as this tornado sideswiped the TV station. There was like roofing, insulation and stuff that some of the houses that got hit was all over our parking lot. My car was covered in it. But that was the closest I ever got to. If you watch that clip, you'll hear Jason yelling, he's saying, lightning flashes. There were power flashes going off. It was coming off. Your adrenaline gets going, and he's telling me to go out in the hall, and I'm like, I'm getting ready to. I'm moving the camera as this thing side swipes the TV station, and then the camera got stuck after that. We could never pull it back around again because of that tornado that side swiped us and went off Back Beach Road. But that was back in 2004. During Hurricane Ivan, which was a very memorable storm here in Georgia because I believe it had a record number of tornadoes through Georgia because of that. We did from that tornado all the way to, we did about 9 hours straight of tornado coverage. 9 hours straight of tornado warning, tornado warning, just one after another. That was one of my most memorable days, to say the least, when it comes to severe weather coverage. They updated this. Let's see what they've updated here. Let's see if they updated this. Let's see, they just updated this here. Still in effect till 8:45. Still moving east at 40. All right, just making sure they haven't changed things significantly there. We got another 10 minutes up on this warning up to the north, and it'll be interesting to see if they extend that or not. I would think they may extend the lower end of that. No, in 2011, I was actually on active duty at the time. I had got out of the TV business in 2009 because of the shenanigans that were going on at the TV. I had left the Atlanta station and went to Iraq in 2007, 2008. When I came back, Chief was gone, the weekend person was gone, and we went for the news director who hired me was no longer gone. He got fired. They brought in the most toxic news director you could ever work for in there. Guy made my life a living hell for a year, and I left. There was no jobs to go through in 2009 either. There were no TV jobs, and so I got out of the business for a while. And it was that super outbreak in 2011 that convinced me not to go regular Army. I was getting ready to put a packet to go regular Army as a major, and I decided, I saw all my colleagues and friends doing the severe weather coverage, and I decided not to do it. And I came back from Afghanistan in 2012, after 11 and 12, and did freelancing, got a job in Columbus, Georgia, and then that didn't work out, and then I went back to the Army anyway. So, but yeah, I didn't get to cover the 2011 event, but it was significant. Oh, you were in Afghanistan too in 11 and 12. That was fun. I was in Kabul and RC North. I was the comms I director. In other words, I was in charge of putting in the communications infrastructure, which I'm sure the Taliban are enjoying to this day. I hated when I saw what happened in Afghanistan afterwards. I was actually over there during the withdrawal. Did not like that one bit, but I'm not going to get into politics. Down the hall, think one of the radio stations does that. Whenever we get politics down the hall, no politics on this channel. All right, we got 8 minutes left on the current warning box. Look how much this activity is dialed down here. It has really dialed it back. This one's it's holding its own. Really not looking too bad there. Thank you. I did 30 years, you know. Hey, I can't complain. I'm very grateful that I was able to finish up in the military and do all that stuff. You know, I did 10 of my 30 years on active duty. I did 5 tours overseas. I got a nice retirement and a pension that allows me to do this. So I made a lot of sacrifices, but I'm going to reap the benefits right now, which means I get to serve you guys better. So instead of wearing the uniform in service to my country, I'm put on my weatherman hat, quite literally. So anyway. So anyway, I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff to improve this for you guys in the future. I want to make sure I get the notification system back up when we get new subscribers. I want to have that. It's a nice little thing. It alerts me on who it is. When y'all make contributions or become a member, it alerts me on that. I need to have that back. I really do, because I really like that. It's with the stream folks that I use and Streamlabs. And I do want to get the interaction stuff with where I can pull up y'all's comments again, which is something I haven't been able to do for a long time because they changed the program and the OBS system I use doesn't recognize the old one anymore. So I have to get a new one there. So I do want to make those upgrades so we can make this interaction part with you guys a little more flowing and be able to pull it up graphically on the screen is a big deal. I need to be able to do that. You were in Hurricane you were at Tyndall? Oh man, that was fun. Hey, I'll tell you one place I wouldn't want to have been during Hurricane. Ivan was bad enough, but man, Hurricane Michael going into Tyndall, and boy, I called that one. Boy, did I call that one. I was doing some initial early coverage of that storm on Facebook back when I was teasing trying to do a national channel, even before Ryan Hall did, and not only was I dead right on where I thought it was going to make landfall, I was dead right on the strength too. I thought they were way underestimating that strength. That was one of those ones where I wish I was wrong. I wish I was 100% wrong. Yep, see that. Yep, thank you, sir. Yeah, we'll see that. And amazing, you got that same area that had the tornado warning earlier, back in Huntsville again. God bless. Tornado warning there in Jackson County and northeastern Alabama until 8 o'clock. So, yeah, we'll watch that. That's the last piece of that energy coming through. So that's probably going to slide. That looks like more of a northeasterly flow. That may go into Tennessee. I don't know if that's going to make it into northwest Georgia or not. But this is part of the reason why they kept the watch box up here for Tennessee and Georgia, because of this piece of energy that was still coming out. That still had to rotate through. So what I think is probably going to happen here is I think there's going to be some sort of new watch box right through here. I mean, a warning. This one's still got a ways to go to get through here. Maybe you get the warning going into Canton and Bartow County. This may slide up this way. They ever do a special way? They did do a special way on that one at Heart's Heart. Well, that's just a little one there. All right. So we shall see. That's what they say. They should have left that watch box alone, because if they had left that tornado watch they had in Northern Alabama earlier, it was supposed to go to 8 o'clock Central Time, they would have still been up when this warning came out. So whoops, whoops. I think Dahlonega and Cleveland are going to get hit with what's the tail end of this system here. I mean, that's still rolling eastward. Probably some gusty winds with this. Again, it'll last very quickly, just a few minutes. It's going to hit very hard, and then it's going to be gone. So let's see the. Oops, sorry about that. My camera's off center now because my dog hit there earlier, so I have to fix that later. Getting a little dark there. See, the sky's getting a little dark there. But we only got sunlight here for another 45 minutes? So we're about ready to lose that. There's and thank you for that new subscriber, by the way. Thank you. There's our current watches and warnings out there. Here's the bigger picture there. So you kind of see we're really down to a really slow go. So we got what's left of that line there. Here's the other storm there. There's that warning up there in Alabama. Pull back out here again. We got 2 minutes left on this warning. So we'll see what Peachtree City does here. I'm still think they may put a warning out for the tail end of that line for Dahlonega and Cleveland. North Georgia, Blairsville, you're done. Hiawassee, Tate City, Clayton, y'all aren't going to get nothing. Raven County, you're looking good. Dahlonega, Cleveland, Claremont, Cornelia. Those in that path there, that's what I'm thinking right now with that bottom of that storm. Get your dog outside. Tell him to go to the bathroom. My dog's got a little doggy door. He goes out when he feels like it. Best investment we ever had. I'll tell you, this little storm down here in coming into Kingston, that's probably the most intense storm we got right now. Coming into Kingston, Caseville, coming in just like it's going to slide just to the north of Cartersville, but the downtown Cartersville, at least the north part, is going to get clipped here. Yeah, thank you for that new subscriber. Thank you, sir. But yeah, that's coming in there right now. Let me see the winds on this real quick. See what the winds are doing. I can't really. That's not looking too bad. Take a look here. 43. That's not too bad. And still got some rotation in there too. So you get these winds that swirl like that. They can not tornadic, but it's rotating a little bit. And we got 1 more minute, and that watch is supposed to go bye-bye. Let's see what Peachtree City is going to do next. They may let this northern one doesn't look all that bad. They may extend this bottom part. This one for sure looks like this one may get extended into Canton up to Bartow. And thank you for that new subscriber, by the way. Thank you, sir. Or ma'am. Just watching this Huntsville cell. I went right over the town. I tell you, I don't know how many times I've seen Huntsville go with some sort of tornado warning going right smack over the town. Saw that last year too. That's the right one. Yeah. Oh yeah. There. Yeah. That clearly something was there. You see that very well. It fizzled out. See right there. Yep. I don't know if that was it was on the ground or not, but that definitely warranted a tornado warning. But it has weakened. Yep. Anything for Florvilla? I'm not even sure where that's at. Where's Florvilla at? I have no idea. Thank you for the new subscriber, by the way. Thank you. All right, they did not extend the warning. All right. So they did not extend the warning up here. They may put a special weather statement out at least for you guys in Dahlonega and Cleveland, but it looks like that is not severe. So they did not extend the warning for that northern cell. So the only warning that we got out there right now is this one in Georgia. So that's our only active warning right now. Baldwin, you're good. There's nothing up that way. Other than a little bit of rain, a little thunder, that northern part of that line has really died off. So you're good. So really, the only area you need to really worry about is down here going into Bartow County here real soon. So yeah, coming out of Floyd County and going into Bartow County. And then eventually getting into Cherokee. Those are the 3 counties here. So here's Floyd, here's Bartow, here's Cherokee. So this would be the main area you would need to watch. So Cassville, Kingston, White, Canton, maybe Wassalica, Ball Ground, maybe. But that's the line going straight there through. Well, that holds true on that. If that storm holds together and stays on its path, it's going to go right over my dang house, or pretty close to it. I think it stays to my north, but we'll see. Hey, thank you there. Welcome on board there, new Plano 3200, new subscriber. Welcome on board. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I am the only social media broadcast channel as it stands right now across for North Georgia, and hopefully we'll be continuing to make our growth. I think eventually somebody else may come on board eventually. It's only a matter of time before someone does. But they just updated that. They're trimming away that box. So Rome, you're done. It's gone by you now. You're fine. I do suspect that they may come up with another warning here. This one's only got about 12 minutes left, so my guess is there'll be a new warning that's going to come out here. Probably taking it into the Canton area here shortly. Because that still looks pretty healthy to me. Cornelia, you're fine. If you're just south of Cornelia and Baldwin City, you're fine. You're just going to get a little rain, okay? You're okay up there. All right. Yeah, you're. I see where you're at. Yeah, Baldwin popped up right there. See Baldwin? There it goes. I love this new program, by the way. It does so much better job with the cities and for me to see them. My old program was terrible. It was too small. Couldn't read it. Did not pop up the cities with the dam. No, I think you're okay. You're good. They did put a special weather statement out there, which comes into Dahlonega. 40-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-inch hail. So this includes in Dawsonville. Might make its way to, I don't know if it's going to go as far south as Gainesville. Good Lord, that doesn't like it's coming down southeast. That looks like it's more due east. I'm surprised they boxed it right there. Okay. Not my job, but I think I would have tilted that a little bit further west-east. I know. I can't ever pronounce that right. Waleska? Waleska? Oh, that's okay. There was one in Florida. I always had it was called Weewahitchka. That was one down in the Florida Panhandle. I used to butcher the crap out of that one, and they used to call it Weewa down near Panama City. Weewahitchka. I used to really have a hard time pronouncing that one. If I mispronounce your city, I apologize. Yeah. Yeah, no, I just don't. I does not say. Yeah, there's rotation there, but it's not that it's knocking my socks off. I mean, it's not the wind field profile is not high enough for me to consider to even worry about a tornado spinning up there. Yeah, that's the Dahlonega system, and let's see if we can see the camera up there real quick. Hold on. Looking back there, yeah, those clouds getting dark there. There's a, I mean, the sun's getting low, but you can see the dark clouds getting there in Dahlonega. Getting a little dark there. Should be there, and should be there in a few minutes. Not too much longer. So they issued. I mean, this one that's moving through Kingston, I don't know. They may put either a special weather statement or they may put another one in there. Stockbridge, no, you're good tonight, unless we get something to flare up later here to the west. This is very spotty. Yeah, Stockbridge, you may not even get a drop tonight. Oh yeah, that the odds of this thing holding together all the way across to Claremont, no, it's gonna be fine. You're looking at this one right here. This is a special weather statement. This is a weaker system. This one's moving west to east here. That should be to your south because I don't see that going north. So yeah, you should be all right. They put a special weather statement on that one back over Huntsville. All right. Like I said, we're gonna stay on here till about 9:00. So we're gonna stay on top of this. So I'll try to keep you guys abreast of what's going on. Really surprised they've kept all these watch counties up till as late as they are. But they want to keep it till 11 o'clock. It's their prerogative. There's the last bit of that energy right back here. So you got a little special weather statement there. Got a special weather statement there. We've got one severe thunderstorm warning there. I want to thank all the new subscribers. Again, y'all look forward to that stuff. All the new members, y'all thankful. I think you guys have you guys on board. Look for y'all's morning update tomorrow. So, yeah, I'm guessing they probably extend the warning here. That reflectivity still looks like it's kind of holding its own there through getting ready to come through Kingston. You know what? I'm sitting there running my damn mouth. There's one thing I couldn't probably do here. Let's look at the Cartersville camera. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There's that. That's the cell looking back toward Cartersville. That's you see the got look at the sunshine shining behind it. Some heavy rain there. That didn't look too bad. That's a little wall cloud there. But that's the storm there. That's over, just past Rome. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot about the camera over there. Let's see what the Adairsville one looks like here. Not that impressive. There's a better. Here's an elevated shot here. Looking back to that same cell. This is the same view there. Looking back toward that storm that's over Kingston right now. And that's why I will continue to use Radar Omega, because they got the links to the cameras that I like. So let's see the camera in there. Let's see what that looks like there. No, that one's down. All right. Yeah, no, that one's not good. So yeah, that one at Cartersville is pretty cool. That's a pretty shot. Take a look at that one. Always love when you got a thunderstorm coming in and you got the sun setting behind it. You get some really great views. I mean, really nice views. Very, very nice. Tyler, you're trying to get 25 more subscribers. I'm going to tell you, we're down to about 416 viewers right now. I don't think that's going to happen. But I appreciate you trying. I do appreciate you trying. We got way above what I was anticipating to get here tonight, so I'm very happy just to go over 14,000. So anything on top of that is definitely frosting on the cake, man. Yeah. Just waiting to see. We got 5 minutes on this current warning. This warning is set to expire in about 5 minutes. There's the new. Is this a new warning? Yeah, here's the new warning. Okay, here's the replacement. I was waiting for this. I knew it was coming. It's just short of the Canton area. So this is for Western Cherokee County, and Bartow County goes till 9:15. Storm is located near Kingston and moving east at 35. I kind of figured they'd keep that one going because that cell still looked pretty healthy. So let me go back over here. So there's that. That's the new cell. That's on that cell right there. So there is that's the new box. Oops. Oh, I'm not optimizing my screen there. You're not doing that. I love it when my monitor says, I gotta optimize myself. No, you don't. All right, so 60 mile per hour winds and 3/4 inch hail. That's just short of Canton. Just not quite there, but close. So you see where the worst of this stuff's coming into Cassville. Kingston getting hit pretty good right now. Coming into White. And Cartersville's just going to get a glancing blow with this thing. So let me look at the cameras here. I'm looking at... that's what I was looking at. All right, there's that one. And go back to... Is it this one? There's the other shot right there. That's in Cartersville right there. So you see the little wall cloud coming on in here. Not seeing any little lightning in there. That's real pretty. Gotta love the sunshine behind a thunderstorm. That is nice. You always get the best shots from that. All right, let me check one more camera here. Oops, where's the other one at? That's crap. That's the best shots I can get you. I was just looking around a little bit, checking some of those cameras. Oops. There we go. Sorry about that. Woo! All right. I'm glad to see all this stuff here in the north really died down. Boy, this stuff really died down a lot. Very good. So we got this cell here. This one here, getting right across the state line. This one probably needs to be watched too. That one looks pretty decent. Yeah, you should go take a shower now. Good. Yeah, like I said, I plan to stay till 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock is where I'm gonna stay. It's another 17 minutes. I know the warning goes to 9:15, but this is winding down, and I'm gonna have to recharge my batteries here real soon enough. But yeah, we've been doing this for 3 hours and 15 minutes. So, but I want to thank all the new subscribers. You guys are awesome. Make sure you guys do that notification bell stuff. Again, thank you for the new members tonight. I think we got a dozen new members here on the channel. So again, thank you guys for doing that. And will that extend to Jackson County? No, it will not. No, this will not extend into Jackson. Yeah, you're worried about this cell here going all the way into going into Jackson. It's possible to make it all the way across. It may say a warning all the way across, but I wouldn't be too worried about it. And I appreciate all you guys out there who are also helping to do your duty out there to help get folks to subscribe and do all the good stuff, because y'all kept it pretty well. I mean, 17,000 views is what we have had here, and 3 hours and 3 hours and 16 minutes of coverage. That's pretty damn good. I think that's pretty solid. And all you new subscribers out there, again, thank you very much. And looking forward to doing some good things with you guys in the future. So we got to have you covered all summer long. We get these kind of severe weather events. We will do this kind of coverage. When we get tropical system, we get a tropical system coming up our way. Would be flooding or tornado. We're going to stay on top of it. That second severe weather season in the fall. And I'm telling El Nino, the winter might be interesting. It might be interesting. We'll see. El Nino's in a winter season. We get a active subtropical with meeting up with some cold air. Who knows? May make for a snowy winter. We'll see. I'm not going to do my official forecast for winter until we get to about October or so. I will not sit there and put a snow forecast out in June. I'm just not going to do that. I saw another channel, another social media page do that. And I'm like, oh, come on, dude. Come on. Get with it. Be real. Be real. Oh, let me check I got a... It's one of the network I'm part of. This guy's got his own channel. I'm not sure what state he's in, but he had 125 million views, over 75 each month for March, April, and May. He's up in the really active severe weather territory. So when I see someone getting numbers like that, it's like, nah, I'm nowhere close to that, man. I think my Facebook page had like about 6 million views. Somebody says we have a rainbow. Oh yeah. Well, that's what you get. You get the sun coming behind a thunderstorm like that. You can get a rainbow very easily. So anyhow, all right. What's your favorite place to buy those supplies? What supplies you talking about there, Ninja 210? Oops. Oh, he's talking about the app stuff. Oh, never mind. Yeah. Let me see. My someone was asking me earlier about what our app numbers were. So let me answer that question. Somebody had sent that message earlier. So let me check for you real quick. All right. As far as our weather app is concerned, we've had, of course, this won't update till tomorrow, but we've had 864 downloads of the Android users. And for you Apple guys on our weather app, we've had, drum roll please. Hold on, I got to log back in again. On the Apple side, we've had 1,657. So almost 2-to-1 Apple to Android users on that. And we'll probably have a big jump tomorrow. That usually takes a day for this stuff to kind of update. So it'll be a hot minute. All right, we got about another 12 more minutes, so we're going to watch what's going on here. Looks like that cell that's over Kingston coming into Cartersville, it's losing a little bit of steam there. A little bit. Again, I have no idea why they drew this box this way. This still have been moving this way. I have no idea on that special weather statement up there. That's kind of weird they did that. That was kind of weird. All right, if you're part of that set, 373 people out there who have not subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for, my friend? You waiting for an invitation? I just gave you one. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We'll see if we can squeeze out a few more here before we call it a day. And we'll see you guys on our next severe weather update, or when we have to do that. I'm actually looking forward to, if the weather settles down a little bit, and this is like the first week, I think, in about 2 months, I'm not working at Fox. And thank you for that new subscriber, by the way. I can actually do some administrative stuff because I really got to start getting some advertising back going on the channel. I've not been doing very well on that at all. And that really helps with my operational costs too. So I've got to get some more advertisers in here. And then I also need to start taking advantage of these YouTube subscriber numbers and stuff. So I need to get some sponsors for the Facebook, or for the YouTube forecast. That's something I need to start doing as well. So we will be, so I can help continue to save the money, because I tell you, that weather computer is not cheap. It ain't cheap, but we're about a third of the way there right now, or will be by the end of the month. But hopefully, if I get the big sponsor, then I can roll what I've saved into the data fees for next year. That's what I'm crossing my fingers and hoping to do. A lot of lightning in Kingston right there. You're being reported there. Yeah, I've seen a nice little cluster of lightning through there. Let me go back here to this camera here. That's the closest one to there. This is the best shot I've got of that storm coming in there. This is looking back toward Kingston. And not seeing the lightning on that shot. I see the clouds. A lot of wind there. A little bit. I saw a lot of lightning there. There you go. So it's just going into Cartersville right now. So just kind of coming in there. Right, there's the warning. That's the one we've been talking about. So it's heading right for Canton. If you're in the Canton area right now, y'all get ready for that cell. That'll be coming over you guys here shortly. Yeah, I highly recommend these guys. If you guys don't have one of these, definitely get one of these. I know I should be promoting my weather call service, which I've not done this whole broadcast, but I'll do that next time. But I highly recommend you get one of these Midland radios. These things are really great to have. I was talking to my mother the other day when she had some severe weather go down in Pensacola, and I heard that her radio go off. I'm like, good to know your radio was going off, Ma. And she had her little severe weather alert going off. So, again, I appreciate you guys wholeheartedly. And it's been a fun broadcast, and we've had some good conversations, and we've had tornado warnings we've gone over, and severe thunderstorm warnings, and we've had some winds, but not seeing any significant... Oh, wow. Let me go back to that shot. Oh, hold on a second. No, wind has arrived. The camera's shaking like crazy there. That's in Cartersville. Holy cow. That wind, the wind has arrived in Cartersville. I was switching over and I noticed the camera started shaking pretty good. Hey, you see the wind, you see the rain coming in now, down up back there on Interstate 75. So here comes the rain. I'll hold it there for a second. Here, no warning game up or somewhere. And here comes the rain, and it's found the camera. Not a lot of lightning with that though. Just a lot of wind energy. And some very heavy rain. So there we go. I'm gonna leave it up there. There we go. Yeah, wow, look at the sheets of rain coming in there with that. Wow, that's a nice little storm. So that's about what you're going to see, folks. You see that right there. You're getting the heavy rain. You're getting the light. Look at almost completely dark when this hits you, when that storm hits you. So you guys in Canton, this is what you guys are going to see if you're watching from Canton. You're going to get this storm. It's going to hit you just like this. It's going to get very heavy rain, very gusty winds. Camera shaking like crazy, almost like it going to pitch dark. You know, we are getting close to 9 o'clock. But that's what you guys are going to see. It's going to jump a quick, probably, half inch, 3/4 inch of rain in a short amount of time. But that's what you're going to get there with this storm. So that's the storm that just moved into Cartersville right there. That's what that camera is showing. Right there. And there's the result. Gusty winds, heavy rain. Not sure if we got any hail with that or not. Let me double check, see if we got any hail with this or not. Hey, a little bit. Not much. Maybe some pea-sized hail mixed in with that. So that's only a few miles down the road there, Canton. So you only got to go, let's see, that's 17 miles away. So about another 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes. So there we go. It's like Dahlonega should be getting hit pretty good now. Let's see what the Dahlonega camera looks like. Yeah, that one. Which one? Ooh, yeah, getting dark there in Dahlonega. See that heavy rain just now coming into there. See the live camera there. Yep, they got the rain just now starting to move into Dahlonega, that other cell. That's the bottom right-hand corner. There's where our current. So I got one active warning. That's that one right there near Canton. We just saw that cell move through there. Back to the radar here. There we go. No, that'll say that's gonna stay. That cell there is almost moving due east. I mean, it really is. It might clip your southern part of that county. And it doesn't look as bad as it did earlier, but the most intense part of this cell is going to go into Canton and maybe get into Cumming. I'd be more saying that cell, Canton, Cumming, and then kind of slide in between Gainesville. It's moving basically like this. So Commerce, Cumming, Canton, if it held its strength for that length of period or not. But that's where I think that's going to be. So that's what we got going. This warning still got another 15 minutes on it. That probably, if it holds like it still looks pretty healthy to me. So it may go on the other side of Cherokee County, may sneak into Forsyth County next. This stuff up here in Lawrenceburg and middle of Tennessee doesn't look bad. That's spotty. 1, 2, 3. Spotty cells out there. Thank you for that new subscriber, by the way. Thank you. Keep it. Hey, no problem, Frank. Greg, I got you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah. So, one thing I need to get is I probably need to get a generator. If I ever get this thing up and operational like I want it to, and stuff, then we'll go ahead and hit the thing. Yeah, I just got a vid notification. Hey, congratulations, you just hit 14,000. Yeah, we hit that. See, there's that little notification I got. Just hit the 14,000. This page got recognized as the top 25% of all YouTube pages between 10 and 50,000 subscribers. So this past week, we actually were in the top 25% of those size channels. That's pretty good considering how many millions of channels there are out there, and we were the top 25. That's pretty good. That is very good. So we definitely got this thing moving in the right direction. Yeah, yeah, they're definitely gonna. I think they're gonna extend that warning. This will go into Canton and maybe getting into Cumming, Coal Ground, Ball Ground. Probably get clipped here. I mean, I know Woodstock's in this warning, but I don't think they see a drop. You see Woodstock's right here. I don't think Woodstock is a drop, even though they're technically in the warning area. It's such a small, compact storm. Yeah, I know. It's kind of interesting. There's this one generator company I was talking to, but he prefers to advertise with another channel. That's not a broadcast channel, so I'm not going to say who, but to each his own. But I really need, I'm glad to have Roof It Forward. I'm glad to have them as our app sponsor. And Roof It Forward, by the way, they're actually based right out of Woodstock, right there. So what I love about Roof It Forward, they cover our data fees for our weather app. They actually, when they do a job for somebody, and they're one of the best premier roofing companies. They're not cheap. They don't do it on the cheap, but they do really good quality work. But they always give a portion of every job to local children's charity. So when they say pay it forward, they really do pay it forward. So if anybody's out there looking for a new roof, if you need a new roof, if you've been putting one off, yeah, give those guys a call. Give them an estimate. Give them a shot there. They're at Roof It Forward. And the other thing, another one of our sponsors, by the way, if you guys have got trees in your backyard or something that is like branches over the house or been kind of weak or you've been putting it off, we got Tree Max out of Gainesville. They're also one of our sponsors over on Facebook. Check them out too. It's Tree Max. They're out of Gainesville. They've been a little bit busier here recently because of all the active weather. So if you guys need any trees to be taken care of, you can give those guys a call too. So I can't do what I'm doing here without our sponsors, and I really do appreciate the couple we do have. 3. I think we got 3 right now. So like I said, I got to get busy getting some more advertisers out there. Got to get on it. All right, it is 9 o'clock, folks, and I want to let y'all again. I want to say thank y'all. I'm not overly concerned about this cell. Yes, you're gonna have some wind and stuff. I'm not worried about the tornado threat here. I do anticipate we're probably going to get another warning here. That's probably going to come into this area right through here. That'll be issued here after the 9:15 one. Okay, so but I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. And where are they getting all this active weather out? I got a bunch of stuff going up toward. I keep hearing the alarms going off. It's because it's all up into the up toward the Mid-Atlantic. But I'm going to go ahead and call it a night here tonight. I want to say thank you to everybody. If you have not subscribed yet to the channel before we log off, if you guys can go ahead and do that right now, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I did post my forecast for tomorrow. It's already on the YouTube channel. And for the new members out there who might still be on, look forward the weather report in the morning. It'll post about 7:30, 8 o'clock, somewhere in there. So you guys can get that. And look forward to doing this again with you guys in the future. Again, things have really settled down. We got one warning out there. And if you want to follow over on Facebook, I'll keep an eye on that stuff. It looks like we're to anything else, I'll do some additional postings over there. But I'm going to go ahead and start to wind this thing down because it's going to take me probably about an hour just to unwind to go to bed. And I need to ratchet it down a little bit here. So we'll see you guys in the morning. Again, thank you to all the new subscribers. Again, it's a blessing and honor to be one of y'all's weather services out there. We'll stay on top of this. It's just I got to learn to pace myself when I do this kind of stuff. So, I'm not 35, not that kid anymore. So just gotta kind of go with the flow. But you guys there in Canton, get ready. You got a nice little storm that's going to be dump some heavy rains, a little bit of lightning, a little bit of wind as that blows on through. Okay. All right. That's it for tonight. You guys take it easy, and we will see you on the next one. And hopefully we'll just keep you guys safe. We won't have any big problems out there for everybody. Okay.